Justin Wong managing to get out with the jabs.
Yeah, a little bit of a bar. I never hurt anyone. That's why our tournament series in Vancouver's called that.
Oh, just jumping
just a little bit of pressure.
Nice.
And, yeah, it was just a little too far away. Of course, Cammy with that walk back speed. And Noodle says it's my turn to send it.
Yes, Noodle is playing like a madman right now, and I love it.
Interesting jump forward. Unfortunately, gonna get chucked by Jaewong, and Jaewong might be able to put himself on the board here after one more interaction. But Noodle, playing the way he has been, might be the one to snipe the whiff punish. We don't know. A little bit of back and forth.
Yeah, Justin Wong is okay to just sit here. He's got the life lead, but no, gets checked on the drive rush. That's gonna be, oh, just barely enough. The DP Noodle ready for it.
Yeah, and when it comes to using your HP as a resource, that's most certainly one, but not when your HP is about 0.
And short there, didn't get, oh yeah, he tried to go for the throw reset there, but Noodle just mashing out the DP. Has been working out so well for him throughout the set.
Huge throw. Jaewong gets the pressure. Good parry, but unfortunately wasn't perfect.
Yeah, I mean, parry doesn't change any of the frame data really, right? Unless you get the perfect parry to punish. I mean, you still gotta respect the drive rush in stand heavy.
Oh, the shimmy! Using these dive kicks and making space. Hasn't gone for a dive kick tick throw yet. And is instead really punished Jaewong for trying to check those. Oh, but Jaewong finally gets to play. Gets the charge DP into level 3. It's not critical art, but it's gonna be damage.
He had no real option here, right? Noodle is on set points, so he had to burn the meter. A lot of, you know, some people might argue that he should have maybe gone for a corner switch there, but he just wants to cash out on the damage. But Noodle is one confirm away from his own level 3, but great anti-air from Jaewong. The presence of mind. So aware. I don't know. Jaewong just doesn't age.
Yeah, that almost went the other way. Noodle had 2 crouching jabs. Tried to get the stand short into the super, but unfortunately was a little too far away. Jaewong, though, able to clutch it out.
Yeah, Noodle sitting on 3 bars a meter, though. Is he going to use it right away? No, doesn't want to.
I wonder if the Oki is just worse on the meter usage. I can never tell, but it's going to go for it now. And gets a nice little confirm specifically for the corner with a dive kick, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit more pressure after this. Let's see. Oh, just a drive rush here.
And he takes the set with a perfect Noodle. Able to recover from losing the last round and finish it quickly for the reset.
My goodness. Noodle is just... Someone's got to check this guy's controller or something. I don't know what's going on here. That was such a reversal there. 3-0 against Justin Wong. We are still in grand finals, resetting the bracket. But what a change of pace. You know, Noodle just opting to go for a lot of reversal DPs. Really just challenging a lot of Justin Wong's far pokes with a standing short now, because Justin Wong loves to use that stand roundhouse and crouch medium kick confirm from full screen. So Noodle opting to just stay outside that range and just punish with stand short.
Speaking of punishes, gonna get the punish in the drive rush. If we're talking about reversals though, Jaewong was most certainly shipping them to the moon throughout that last set. So, and I wonder if that's kind of like a mind game implanted thought that it's gonna come out here.
Yeah.
Jaewong though, resetting.
Jaewong loves that stand medium kick. Oh my goodness, it's so scary every time I see it.
It's a good normal, man.
Yeah. I feel like Cammy can like stand fierce or something against that. Oh. Ooh. Get through to Justin. Nice, good rate confirmed here. Got the corner pressure. What? A delayed uppercut? Are you kidding me, Noodle?
That's the layers, man. You know that they're gonna send the DP. They'll DP a little bit later after they're done baiting. Jaewong though takes round 1, and the pace has slowed down considerably.
Yeah, both players opting to respect each other here. A lot of neutral. You can see nice. Wow, just ready for the anti-air here.
Great DP, man.
Yeah. Ooh, backdash. Oh, look at that Noodle trying to go for the back throw there to just swap the corner positioning, but Justin Wong ready for it.
Oh, they're getting some standing medium kicks of his own, and a whip punish in the drill. Tried to shimmy a throw, but Jaewong doesn't bite.
Oh,
great reaction.
For that. He's gonna flip sides here, or he's gonna just burn the meter. Yeah, it's gonna go for the level 3. I mean, why not? He's gonna be so close to death.
Yeah, and when the situation is drive rush into throw or drive rush into strike, it's gonna be hard to deal with. Oh, doesn't even drive rush. Goes for the dive kick to challenge something. Noodle, unfortunately, going to be losing game 1 here to Jaewong on the reset.
So
A
good,
dangerous
that
bet.
spacing check. That spacing check with that stand short. So good. Justin Wong just ready to challenge.
Yeah, we've seen Jaewong kind of adjust, was able to grab some really good whip punishes on dive kicks, actually. So Noodle's going to have to start regulating when they choose a dive kick, walks into a crouching medium kick. It'd be like that sometimes, but sends it back.
Yeah, Noodle with a call out once again. Just does not want to deal with any of the pressure, says get off of me, and we're back to neutral.
Had a solid challenge, but unfortunately just could not confirm the combo. Does get the corner, though.
Oh, yeah, ready for the jump back in the corner.
Yeah, it's funny, actually thinking, because as Cammy as a character, you can't dive kick on the jump back. You gotta jump forward, right? Or jump neutral?
You do, yeah, you do have to jump. You cannot jump back and dive kick, yeah. You can't even neutral jump. You have to be a forward jump. Oh, boy.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure going on right now. It's a
Oh
little bit
boy,
scary.
look at Justin's style. I love this. Once he feels a little bit good on meter, but Noodle getting the opening. I was about to say that Justin just loves to make that space and says, hey, you come to me. I'm just going to react to what you're going to do, and I'm going to punish you.
Okay, one throw here. Noodle just going to need to finish the game, and that's the round.
Yeah, the meaty stand strong to take it there. Noodle doing a great job finding openings here. Oh, just a little too early. Yeah, just a little bit off the spacing.
And honestly, the meaty drive impacts have been paying off dividends, but unfortunately, getting a little exhausted, a little tired, missing your timings, it's gonna cost you.
Oh,
two jabs, reacts.
Oh, okay. Justin Wong wanting to keep his meter. I think he could have gotten a bit more damage off that, but still okay with it. That's going to close it out for Justin Wong. Both players sitting with 3 bars of meter here, going into the last round.
I think Jaewong has noticed that Noodle is definitely okay to put out those DPs, and is just gonna punish him for putting it out there. Gonna use the meter early, get the damage, and start building up more meter. All positives in my book.
Yeah, no, I love it. I mean, there's a chance that he might be able to gain another meter throughout this round, and if he's burnt out, that extra bar of meter is everything in this game when you're burnt out. Oh, the crouch punish. Strong whiff, but we've seen Noodle do that a lot. No! He didn't charge the...
twice now.
Yeah, he didn't charge the cannon spike. Again, he has to hold it down to be able to make sure that the level 3 is low enough to convert off of. Oh, no, Jimmy! Here comes Noodle.
It all started with a jump over, and Jaewong sends it. Was able to punish Jaewong in the last set for a great dash or drive rush into DP. Challenge is not gonna kill, but it's gonna be close. And Noodle does have a little bit left in the tank to drive rush again. Needs to be careful. Jaewong approaches, and Jaewong does approach, but approaches into a crouching medium punch into death. It's 1-1 here in the grand finals reset.
What was he looking for? Was he in chip range, or did he actually just option select that out of the range, just hoping that Justin Wong was going to walk into it? Such impressive stuff there from Noodle, really getting a lot of mileage from that crouch strong in this matchup.
Oh, wow. Wake up, walk forward, throw. If you're tired of getting shimmied in your life, just wake up, walk forward, throw. They can't shimmy you if you chase them.
Oh, he got the damage from Justin. Gets the throw pressure here.
Just needs one more. And Noodle knows that he only needs one more.
Looking for the jump.
Great reaction.
Oh, not enough. He doesn't have enough health to take it. Great stuff there. Justin must have been aware of that.
Oh, man. I wouldn't have been aware. I would have done the same thing as Noodle.
Yeah,
I would have felt so...
I'm not smart
good.
enough for that.
I'd have been there like, yes, I beat the old man reaction test, and then die for him. Like, oh. All right, Jaewong gets the first blood here. Gonna push towards the corner. Dive kick for dive kick, but Noodle comes out on top.
It's interesting to see how both players differ in their pressure, where Justin Wong likes to do a lot of wake-up jab pressure as Cammy, where Noodle just kind of goes for the standard, you know, crouch fierce sort of frame traps where he's plus. Justin tries to kind of get information from the frame traps. Oh, here you go.
And here we go again. And Justin has landed this twice now. Able to calmly do... honestly, the charge DP part is a little bit worrying when you're in a rush.
Yeah, Noodle had almost no other option there, but Justin looking really healthy right now. Wow, the spin knuckle to trade, and Justin Wong going up 2-1 in this set, making that adjustment.
Noodle actually had the right reaction to challenge, but unfortunately, twice now just has not had the HP to trade in that regard. Nice, calls out the walk back with the crouching medium, but couldn't really get anything off of it. Or was it the crouching light? I couldn't tell you. It's too quick for me.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what we've been seeing a lot of, right? Cammy players love using their walk speed and really holding that back button down to just make space, especially dealing with all these pressures. But look at this, the infinite.
Oh, I'm just gonna get hit in the air, set Noodle, and then come right back. Actually making so much good use out of this burnout time by being able to take the pressure. Supers through.
Noodle just turning that butter, getting that level 1, and Justin Wong gonna need to get out of the situation. But look at this, Noodle's just gonna stay calm, says, hey, I got a huge life lead, you come to me. You're in the corner.
Yeah, and this life got a hit, but it's not good enough to link. Great tech, 48 seconds remains, and Noodle can just chill out if he wanted to. The turtler gets turtled on, so to speak. Triple jab, make my time, walk back into the poke.
He's catching Justin Wong walking a lot, and that's why we saw the drive rush into crouch short, because that's a great way to check someone who's moving back a lot, is to do a drive rush into crouch short into a crouch jab confirm. And Noodle is starting to pick up on those kind of habits from Justin Wong.
Ooh.
Oh, the wake up again. Noodle, you're a madman. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, spending those resources, though, you don't have a lot. You are up the round, so it might be okay. You'll build it up. But taking a meteor like that, this round's not going to last much longer.
Smart stuff there from Justin, burning 1 bar, keeping 2 for the next round. He knew he had to spend some resources there to close that out.
Yeah, he still has the meteor advantage in this case, so if he wants to push for damage, it's going to be a lot shorter to do so than it would be for Noodle. Okay.
Okay. Comes Noodle with a corner pressure. Wow, the little delay there. Just stared at his face and then did the delayed crouch jab. Really good option to do a delayed crouch jab against people who like to reversal a lot. So Noodle was just respecting the reversal option, but still wanted the pressure. But here comes Justin.
He's burnt out. He's stuck in the corner. He has to be careful for what's about to happen.
Yeah,
and
not again. The reset, Justin Wong. That should be it. Into level 3.
It's got to be it. Yeah, Noodle ended up calling out a drive impact instead of reacting. It's hard to do. I'm not here to give him heck about it. That stuff's hard to do. But unfortunately, when you bet like that, you lose it all sometimes. That's just the nature of the gamble. Good games to both players. Well played by Noodle into the reset, and then a great set by both coming into this reset finals. But Jae Wong is gonna take it, and he's gonna collect all those points coming out of week 1 here.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of No Neutral, where we discuss all things Street Fighter and CPT related. I'm Bryan F, joined by not Hollywood, not cross country, cross continent, international, RobTV here. How many time zones did you just cross to make it to the show today?
It was a few time zones, and your boy actually had his first non-economy flight on my way back to the States. It was pretty nice. Ooh, I had some a bit of the bubbly, which of course, and I was watching some Lord of the Rings and had snacks and all that. So it was a good time, Bryan. But of course, most importantly, that Gamers 8 tournament was fire. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It was amazing. Well, I'm glad after getting a taste of the finer things in life, you still make some time to talk with little Bryan F here about some Street Fighter. So, but speaking of some Street Fighter, a concept we mentioned a bunch on this show, and maybe in passing here and there, is something called mental stack. And it's one of the most important topics related to Street Fighter 6 especially. So I figured we'd break it down a little bit and then debate about the most important things to pay attention to in this game. So mental stack, I think my take on it, it's just the stack of options that you have on your mind. And you might have things that are near the top that you pay the most attention to, and things near the bottom that you don't pay attention to at all relatively, because believe it or not, even the pro players are not inhuman computing machines who can react to everything all at once. You're only actually able to react to things that you are predicting, and you can not be able to react to, a damn truck heading your way across the block if you're distracted enough focusing on something else, right? So what you're paying attention to really heavily influences your reactions. And that's why when you see someone who's able to whiff punish a poke really effectively, able to anti-air a clutch jump in or react to that DI, it's because they chose in that moment to prioritize a few things that included that option at that moment, and they were able to react to it in time. So if you're wondering why you can't anti-air, it's not because you have bad reactions, it's because you're too distracted by the million of other things that your opponent may be doing, especially if they're playing like a madman and jumping and throwing things at you left and right. You might be a little bit overwhelmed and not focusing on what you need to. So that to me,
bro, I'm such a Street Fighter super fan, is like super like geek when it comes to the game, that just thinking about this concept makes me smile so hard and it makes me want to play. Because, you know, I even love the fact that when it comes to mental stack, because that's exactly right the way Bryan broke it down. And I want you guys to also know that at the highest level, what we're doing is your mental stack is changing rapidly depending on where you're at on the screen. It changes depending on the resources. You might be looking for that, but now he has no meter. Okay, well now I don't need to think about that anymore. You understand? So that's pretty much how mental stack goes, and it depends on who you're playing against as well. So my mental stack, I'm gonna tailor it, like of course the character matchup, but also the player matchup. Maybe I know this player he jumps more than the average player. So a jump is higher in my mental stack than it would be against another player who's the same character and does not jump at all. Like if I'm playing against Punk, for example, right?
Especially with the Cammy matchup, right?
That's true.
Like, depending on the type of Cammy player you're going up against, you might use previous information about their play style, because, you know, Cammy has great jump approaches, has a great dive kick, right? So that's going to be on your mind more heavily than other characters. But some players don't prioritize that option. So, you know, they might sneak it in here and there, which actually makes it more effective when they finally use it, because they lull you to a false sense of security that you don't have to pay attention to something, then bring it out last second.
So in Street Fighter 6, you know, some people call it mental stack the game. Those people are correct. It's not like 5. I think 5 was a lot slower paced in some ways, and I know this game is going to slow down over time but I think it will forever be faster than 5 unless they completely change the mechanics of the game.
Or unless humans develop like a second brain to operate more threads at once to be able to react to everything. It's just a lot going on, right? The drive rush, drive impact, and then the regular old Street Fighter regular footsies,
regular dash,
jump ins, and then you know, certain special moves like Ken Dragon Lash, for example, or, you know, good projectiles, like the regular old Street Fighter moves that are, you know, unique to each character that can approach you and surprise you out of nowhere. So, I mean, I think those two mechanics alone, drive rush and neutral, and then DI, add so much to this. And I think, of course, the biggest one is drive rush and neutral.
Drive rush and neutral is crazy.
Dealing with drive rush and neutral, to be able to deal with it, you have to focus on not only the fact that they might use it, but it also depends on the ranges that they're going to approach with. And then there's also a mind game with when they're going to press the button and which button. So calculating all that while playing neutral requires so much attention, because you have to change your timing and your choice to counter it in order to check them, or even calculate if it's even worth attempting to check it in a lot of situations.
Yeah, so the whole point is like to give you a regular physical boxing example, and then give you an in-game example. I think this would be the easiest way for new players to understand mental stack. In boxing, you're going up against, I'm not gonna do that to y'all, somebody's going up against Deontay Wilder, right? Now he's like the strongest puncher of all time. So he is known for this straight right hand, just like it's an anime or something like that, right? So now you spend all training camp and you so worried about that straight right hand. But what does that mean? You are out of your way. You got this hand, no, you have this hand, your left hand up against it, you know, trying to make sure you don't get knocked out. I'm already asleep. See how I go? I'm already gone. But you know, now all of a sudden, though, you're so focused on that. What if he throws that left jab now, or that he throws you something to the body, or XYZ? That is what mental stack is. You focus so hard on a certain option. So strategy is being able to, and being great with mental stack is being able to, you have the physical, to some people like Punk, you have great physical reactions as well. That's better than average. So you could not be looking for something, and you might still have the reflexes, like you see Floyd Mayweather just, whoa, but then there's also the reading and the strategy part. So I'll give you an in-game example. You already brought up Ken. He is probably the best in the game at this. Ken in neutral, if he does Dragon Lash, as we saw Kakadu do at Gamers 8. You could perfect parry, you could drive impact or reaction, either one of those. But you got to be looking for it. It's too fast for you to not look for Dragon Lash and then just react perfectly like that with a drive impact and get a maximum punish. But now you looking for that Dragon Lash, but when you're looking for Dragon Lash, he still might be able to, he might drive rush, which is fast too. So now you got two options. Now that doesn't include, he might jump at you. You need to anti-arrow. That's three things you have to look out for. And then let's say you have a super cocked or something like that. Like your super is cocked and ready to go. And you want to you're buffering your super to try to punish his fireball whenever he does it. That's four options that you're looking for right there. So a part of being a super high level Street Fighter player is being able to say, it's not being able to say, oh, I'm so good, I'm gonna react to 5 things or 10 things at once. No, it's being able to say, this guy right now is only gonna do this, this, or this.
Right. Because in the middle of all that, what he does is he just walks up and throws you.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking for 5 things, and then he pulls a Daigo, which Daigo did it just this past weekend. You know, classic full screen.
That was Daigo.
I'm just gonna walk up
versus
Zen, throw
DJ.
You. Right, exactly. So that happens all the time. Once they realize you're looking 5 different ways, your eyes are more than cross-eyed at that point, just walk up and throw. You know, the slowest option, but you're so ready for something else that you're not prepared to look for it. And one interesting thing I think about this, though, this is where I'm kicking into the higher level right now, Rob. I want to ask you about this. We saw Kakadu demonstrate at Gamers 8 how powerful Parry can be. I think you talked about strategy. We had a little bit of a disagreement about strategy regarding that. However, I'll give you some credit. I think there is a strategy behind why he got more perfect parries in that set than we've seen in the past 2 months of Street Fighter 6 as a whole. And I think perfect parry and parry in general is a great way to react to more things and lighten your mental stack load because you can do it late. So you mentioned the Dragon Lash example. There's certain moves in this game where if I'm dialed in focusing on that, I say I'm going to react with DI because I want to get the big punish and really punish that option. If I see Ken about to, and then you know, he kind of leans back a little bit and flies at you with that kick, I'm like, there we go, DI. Finally, I paid attention to it. But Ken, there's too much going on, like you mentioned before. But parry, perfect parry, you can do way later. If you're late on a DI on Dragon Lash, they'll recover and counter DI you and kill you for that, right? But parry, it has to happen within 2 frames of the move actually connecting with you, which means you actually have more time to react than with DI. And also, parry will defend against DIs as well.
Yeah,
it's a
so
complete
many
counter
different
option
things.
It catches tons of options and gives you a bit more time to react. The inverse of it is, of course, you have way less reward. If you counter a DI with a DI, you get huge combos and you take a lot of their drive meter. If you regular parry a drive impact, you don't get anything. You're +3, like you can move first, but you just survive the interaction and you get a turn. If you perfect parry a DI, you get a decent combo and you take some of the drive meter, but it's scaled heavily, right? You're not going to do big damage.
The risk is lower too, though.
But the strategy is in your mental stack. If I say, let me forget the DI option, let me just parry option, it's faster, it's less risk, and I can still get some reward. So it improves your mental stack load. And then maybe if you become a god of the timing like Kakadu, you could end up getting 32 in a set and then actually use that to give you a lot of momentum and screen positioning to win, you know, the biggest grand finals of all time. Right?
Analysis,
so I think,
bro.
I think we're going to see a lot more players in the corner who say, I'm going to forego trying to react to DI with my own DI and just focus on parrying, because parrying just beats more things and is easier on the mental load.
Because we did see Kakadu at least once or twice drive impact Dragon Lash, but it was like 1 out of 1,000. Out of everything else, he only did perfect parry. So that does directly show his strategy, like his mental stack, I should say. The fact that he kept doing that when he could get more damage for DI means that, as Bryan's saying, he's not looking at that option as his #1 thing. And I think one thing we haven't brought up yet either, Bryan, is the difference between, we only touched on it slightly, but how it differs tremendously depending on where you're at on screen. When you are in the corner, the main thing that you think about is drive impact when you're on defense, because you have to. The reward is too good. If you block a DI, you get wall splatted into a full combo. Now, that means that now when you're in the corner, this is why being over there is so bad. And everything, oh my God, I love fighting games. Okay, so now you have to think about drive impact first. Then if you still got to think about if your opponent is going to jump at you. And now it's harder for your opponent to even jump themselves into the corner with the new way they made the game. So jumping against somebody in the corner is even stronger than it used to be.
It's
So
much
that's
stronger
before
now,
in Street Fighter
yes.
5, you jump, you put yourself in the corner. So now that's extra strong. Somebody still can drive rush at you, which if you don't check it, they're still plus on block. If you do get hit, you die. And the risk reward matters for that. That also matters a lot when it comes to mental stack, because before maybe you didn't react to this certain thing in mid screen, they only got this certain combo. Now they're in the corner, everything gives Oki automatically, and the damage on the combo that they're going to get is usually going to be higher because you're in the corner. So everything changes tremendously just because you're over there. And what that all circles back to, outside of mental stack, is why the neutral game is so important. Because you can't be there.
Don't be there.
Yes.
Don't be there. It's funny, that example, though, because looking back at Evo Top 6, one of, not just Angry Bird, but Angry Bird was like the biggest person using that, Menno as well. I think they both use this very heavily. Meaty drive impact in the corner was never countered. I think maybe only one of them in that whole top 6 were beat. Like, people would put the opponent in the corner and their pace of play was so high, and then suddenly after the next knockdown, they'd get up and just immediately drive impact them into the corner.
Yeah.
Not even when they're stunned or anything, just when they could counter DI back. But the risk to them was so strong, so worth it, because they understood that they were overloading their mental stack and they're not going to look for it. And a ton of damage came from these meaty DIs from tons of players in the Evo Top 6, which is why I feel like, man, maybe Parry's the wave, man. Forget trying to counter things. Just hover over the parry button if you got the macro. Hover over your medium punch, medium kick if you're doing it, the natural way.
That's an interesting
the
strategy.
original way, and just parry. So you have to have the awareness to know what options to look for in these situations. But I promise you, you do not have bad reactions. If you're struggling with dealing with certain options in this game, it's not because you are physically unable to react at the speed that other players are able to react at. It's because you are scrambled in your brain and you haven't filtered down your mental stack to look for certain options in certain situations, and you don't have enough experience to switch between those contexts. A jump in is like almost a full second of time to anti-air. You can react to a stimuli in a full second. A drive rush, it's a bit faster. I admit it's a bit harder, but if you sat there and looked for the green light and pressed the button when you saw green light, you can react in time. But the question is, are you looking for it right now?
I'll tell you what I'm looking for right now, Bryan. I'm looking to see who is going to qualify for Capcom Cup out of Central America West. All these high-level concepts that we're talking about, now that you have it in your mind, now that we just primed you, I want you to watch this high-level play, and you're going to see these exact concepts play out. I'm telling you, even as a viewer, you're going to enjoy it more, and you're going to get better as a player yourself. When he's in the corner, is he thinking about drive impact? If he didn't react, what else was he looking for right there? Things of that nature. You are about to watch some high-level Street Fighter 6, and we're going to see who is going to punch their ticket into Capcom Cup. Over $2 million on the line. Imagine.
I present the Hunter from Komura.
This He was obsessed, you see, with finding an appropriate vessel for this power.
Fight with all your heart!
We are supporting Capcom Cup 10 with a total prize pool of over $2 million.
It's showtime, baby! Guano takes it over Idol!
All right, you ready?
You don't want to miss it! Let him cook! Look at the damage! Look at that damage!
Now's not the time for jokes.
Your two-time Capcom Cup champion! It's Mena RD!
And welcome to the Capcom Pro Tour 2023. Today is the top 8 of Central America West. We find out somebody else that's going to qualify for Capcom Cup 10. Ringe, James Chen on the mic. How you doing, fam?
Very wet and
way more wet than we're used to being, for sure.
No, honestly, we're definitely. I'm sure people have heard Hurricane Hillary running through Southern California right now, and that's where the studios are. And before we even get started on anything, probably should warn you guys that weather affects internet.
Yeah, it's a possibility that our stream might go down, but if that does happen, you'll be able to catch all of the VODs for the matches on YouTube tomorrow on Capcom Fighters. So we will make sure we will get all the content out as needed, of course. And if there does happen to be a disconnect within the match, but we don't lose internet, then we're going to buy some time real quick while we get the replays going, and then we'll be able to watch it in its entirety from there.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, keep that in mind. If the internet goes down or if we're having trouble streaming any of the matches, we'll try to get through all of the technical difficulties as best as possible.
Absolutely. But of course, we are here to decide our top 8, right after a beautiful top 16 yesterday from our various players. So it was great action from Street Fighter 6. That's what we've been expecting. We have some of the familiar faces into our top 8, of course. Some new faces as well. We got a lot of good mix of old generation versus new blood yesterday. It's been a good time. This is the way the top 8 has been broken down, though. Kusanagi and Roger FGC going to be dueling, and that's going to be the Ken versus Rashid matchup, where we just saw Tokido versus John Takeuchi take place in Japanese SFL. So I'm looking forward to see these two's take on the matchup. And then on the other side, we got Grand Totakai and Uriel Valerio, the classic lore matchup, and a matchup we've seen plenty already in Street Fighter 6, JP versus Ken. But how about that losers bracket, James?
Yeah, we've got Soul VNG going up against Alexis Pinto, and Rigama going up against Amigo Pool. Now, there's definitely a couple of names that I feel like we're missing down there, for such as players like MJ Gama.
Yeah.
And who's the other one that we lost yesterday?
Oh, I don't have the rest of it here. But yeah, we definitely saw some real good, strong players yesterday as well, right, from this region. Some staples that took some L's unexpectedly, right? So glad to see this region growing. The player base that's on a competitive level continues to flourish. It's exactly what we're looking to see all around the world for Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, these players are trying to get into that prize pool over there to qualify. But the reason why I say prize pools, they've also got some good amount of money here to earn, as well. As you can see, first place getting $2,500. So remember, we said $2 million being given away during Capcom Pro Tour. So a lot of this is also for these individual week events, online events as well. $2,500 to first place, $1,200 to second, third place to 800, and 800 to third place and 500 to fourth place. And as I mentioned, there is $2 million total to be given out during this whole entire season. And as you can see, half of that going to first place at 1 million.
Different tax bracket type things, as my folks over the pond would say. It's going to be a good one for sure. Obviously, everybody aiming to get to Capcom Cup 10, the biggest prize pool in Street Fighter history, going to be decided there. First place, bonkers, bro, to say the least. But before we get into the action, James, I know you wanted to touch on some of our fallen members of our community.
Yeah, so unfortunately, the weather kind of, I guess, reflects the mood around here. But in the past couple of months, we've lost some members of the fighting game community. Last week, we talked about Nanai, one of the commentators for Street Fighter League in Japan, who passed away after even attending EVO. But even before EVO, we lost one of our East Coast brethren, Piano Densetsu, who was a much-loved member of the community. He lost his battle with cancer, and unfortunately, literally yesterday, we also lost Lily Ko, aka L Ko, who, if you guys remember, was a really strong UMVC3 and MVCI player.
She was a staple of the Super Arcade scene, man. Like the scene I came up in, you know what I mean? So very, very hard losses all around for sure. We want to acknowledge our fallen warriors. We know they're hitting buttons wherever they are, and we're going to hit buttons with them again someday.
Yeah, for sure. But again, make sure you tell your loved ones that, you know, how much they mean to you, and all your friends as well. And keep checking up on everybody for sure. So
100%. All right, man. Well, we're going to decide who gets into that Capcom Cup 10 today. Of course, we have the top 8 qualifying matches. We're going to start, I believe, with Roger FGC versus Kusanagi, one I'm very much looking forward to because Rashid's new on the block, right? He's the newest character to join this competitive litany of characters in Street Fighter 6. And you can see Kusanagi, my man, been around the block, one of the top players in Mexico, if not the top player in Mexico in Street Fighter. And he's rocking Ken in this game, a dangerous, dangerous blonde, just like he did in the last game. And, of course, Roger on the other end, rocking the Rashid. That's what I talked about. And we literally just saw this matchup in the last week of SFL JP with Tokido versus John Takeuchi, where it went 2-0 to Tokido. But I'm very interested in this matchup specifically because both of these characters have a 7-frame crouch medium kick. So a lot of the time where Ken likes to bully a lot of his opponents is because they have an 8-frame crouch medium kick. It's a little bit slower. And his stand jab is -1, right? So a lot of time, if you don't immediately react with your own crouch medium kick, both are 8 frames. And if you don't immediately react with it, a lot of the time he's the one that's going to beat you to the punch. And even if you do react with it, it's going to be a trade, right, depending on the spacing. So in this instance, he can't bully Rashid as easily as he can some of these other characters, but it's going to require Roger to be very quick on the draw. And speaking of Roger, I believe he is our quote for today in our first match. So let's see what he has to say. Since this is my first CPT event, I want it to be the first time I defeat Kusanagi in the top 8. He is really strong and has a great mental stack management.
We were just talking about that. Yeah, the mental stack. Bryan and Rob were obviously just talking about the mental stack and how much it means to Street Fighter 6. A lot of people jokingly calling Street Fighter 6 mental stack Fighter 6, you know. And again, Rashid is also a character that obviously during EVO, only 2 weeks old, and now he's been out for about a month now. Boy. So we are definitely figuring out how to use the character a little bit more. So I'm curious to see, you know, the more Rashids that are coming up. I mean, we've had some people already claim that Rashid is going to be top tier.
I'm telling you, man, a certain red coat over there at Gamers Aid was like, I don't care what nobody tells me, Rashid's broken. And he's a very respected player among the community, so I have faith in his opinion. I have faith in where this character is going to go. And to be honest, I mean, just a lot of the design of all these characters in Street Fighter 6, I feel like they hit home, man. They are strong in the way you expect the characters to be strong. Even with Rashid kind of, I don't know the words I want to use, but basically like kind of distancing himself from his Street Fighter 5 iteration, where he's kind of more of a neutral beast, and obviously he's very in your face in this game. But that's kind of how, when I look at Rashid and I look at his toolkit, even in 5, how I expected him to play.
Right, exactly.
So I think they kind of went back to where their original direction for the character is.
Yeah, I think they wanted him to be more of this kind of like using the wind and doing all sorts of kind of tricky, fancy mix-ups and such. And again, I mean, look, the history of fighting games, DLC characters usually come out either busted or just useless. And I gotta say, dude, with the start with Rashid, I feel like he's kind of needs to be exactly where he is right now. Looking forward to the Aki and the Ed, and I'm still trying to figure out Ed. Is modern Ed going to be classic Ed?
I'm very interested in how that character is going to come out. But that really echoes the sentiment that a lot of people have in terms of the balance of this game, right? Like, a lot of people consider this one of the most balanced launches for any fighting game ever. And it's an incredibly hard task to achieve. So definitely kudos to the development team for that one. And it seems like Rashid's in line.
We had a Kim win a World Warrior in Japan, and people have been ranking her like bottom 3 in the game. And this is not, I mean, it's not even just like, oh, you know what? They're probably look, Fudo was in there, you know, like all the play. Yeah,
he beat Fujimura and Fenrich in the finals. Like,
exactly.
You know, those are world champion players. Yeah,
definitely no slouches in that tournament. So again, game is off to a very strong start here, and yeah, I love I'm so biased right now, but I love the way Aki is designed, dude. Like I like the look, I like the characterization. I'm so curious how she's gonna. Capcom, you teased us. You didn't give us any gameplay footage at Evo. Where's my gameplay footage?
That was a twist I didn't see coming. I feel like a lot of people were expecting the gameplay trailer. They were like, World Tour trailer, and just have a little bit of crumb of information, and we're gonna see definitely. I'm very interested to see how Aki plays. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that character. It's the toxic era after all, so she is gonna be one to watch. I know a lot of people are looking forward to it.
Oh man, and I, definitely looking forward to our first match here. I'm sure we're trying to get the players up and running.
Wrangled.
So, yeah, exactly, and get them ready to go. Hopefully, our internet will hold stand.
Yeah, we've got no. So if you can't hear us, we don't know that right now. They have not told us. As far as we know, everything is going completely fine.
Exactly. So hopefully we'll get this match started for you guys. Again, just as a reminder, I mean, like, I don't even know if you probably can't hear it through our microphones, but like if I take off the headset,
we can hear the rain plenty. Like even before,
loud,
even like if you don't even have to lift the headphones off of our ears, we could still hear like a good bit of the vibrations from the rain coming in. But it does sound like we might have had some connection issues in the first match. Observing, so bear with us. We are going to get the match going very soon. But yeah, man, this is another matchup that I'm looking forward to. And another thing I want to kind of highlight in the matchup is the OD Fireball from Ken, right? That's definitely one of the projectiles that's talked about a lot because the projectile priority system in this game, right? You can't really just nullify the OD Fireballs with like a head, like even like a 2-hitting projectile, like an air slasher from DJ or something like that, right? It just slows that OD projectile down. So a lot of the time, that actually helps in this case for Ken because like if you end up clashing with it, the Fireball's going to hit you a little later, give him time to drive rush, stand fierce, and convert off of it. So
and normally, having an EX Fireball not knock you down is supposed to be kind of a weakness, but in this game, he's just going to combo into drive rush fierce, which I know has been lovingly called Ken's, Honda headbutt.
I've seen David talk about it. Him and Jake Ryan were talking about it. No, I'm telling the whole story. We got time right now. I'm telling the whole story. Jake Ryan was like, bro, I'm having some issues in neutral or whatnot. He's like, I don't got a headbutt like you, David. David was like, yes, you do. It's called drive rush, stand heavy punch. And then Jake was like, oh, fair point.
It's plus on block.
Yeah, exactly. And it's plus on block. So for sure, that's something to look out for. And Rashid's might want to throw the whirlwinds, right? That's why I bring that up, is because like you can stuff the whirlwind and then it might slow him down and still get the follow up. That's something I saw play out in that Tokido versus John Takeuchi set, excuse me. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one. 2 explosive characters as well, right? Gonna be very fast. Gonna be attacking you from all kinds of different angles at different speeds. I'm definitely looking forward to how Rashid kind of navigates the Ken meta right now.
Yeah, I mean Ken. Attacks from a lot of angles, but a lot of them is also just stand heavy punch. It's gonna stand heavy punch.
I think 5 active frames on the stand heavy punch, if I'm not mistaken.
It 5?
I believe so.
Okay. Because there's definitely some meaty setups for that thing.
So when you get like the like a DP, like the fierce DP or medium DP, like not like right off the ground, or I should say like not right on the ground, but right off the ground. A lot of the times you can whiff the crouch jab and then do stand heavy punch, and you're +2 on block. You can link a stand jab without any type of counter hit or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, that is definitely a filthy setup, to say the least. I also want to shout out Justin Wong for winning the World Warrior Canada West event that just happened. We have been talking about the World Warrior events. And I also want to give a shout out to Rickman's Barnett, who won Versus Fighting over in England today.
Oh, dang. I didn't actually see the results of that yet.
It was a Rickman's Barnett versus Hurricane Grand Finals.
Dang. Thanks for spoiling it. No, just kidding. I'm kidding.
My bad.
Wait, who did Rickman's Barnett use?
A jury.
Actually? Oh, he's got the jury. Okay.
Yeah, because we know him as a Falk player from 5, right?
No, a Monot player, right?
Monot player. I always get him and Four Fills mixed up for some odd reason. But yeah, the purple stuff. He sticks with the purple stuff at the very least, going with the jury, you know what I mean? So it's great to see him win Versus Fighting. Great showing from Hurricane. Great tournament in general out there, and big shout-outs to Tyrant and Shoryu Sengon and Pax and Logan all on the comms. It was a great tournament to watch, man.
Yeah, and again, obviously the talk of the town right now is JP and Ken. Right? A lot of people talk about these characters, but I mean, when we're looking at the winners of these tournaments, right? Canada West, Cammy was Cammy Mirrors, right?
Cammy Mirror Grand Finals.
And then we got a jury winning at VS Fighting. We just had Kimberly win, and then like I said, at Oceania we had a Ryu in second place. Although Ending Walker, I saw him tweeting out recently, he was like, Ryu is fun, But welcome to Ken.
I understand. He did go with Ken, I think, in top 8. Like, I forgot what the matchup he played Ken in, but you could tell that he's, like, got a fundamental with the character because he's really good, right? And, like, he's obviously been playing a Shoto and Ryu, so you can see that DNA in there, but he's got to get the Ken specifics down, which I'm expecting very soon. Also, I want to talk about, since we got some time here, we were talking about the last Manon standing yesterday at 801 Strider. I watched Yipes' stream yesterday, and all Strider played was Marisa. So, you know, I don't know if he's the last Manon standing anymore. He's got a lot of points with Marisa already. So I think he's going that route, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it, too. So obviously, again, some of the characters, I'm going to say the grapplers are having a little time in Street Fighter 6. I even saw Brutus was playing Marisa now.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's the natural inclination right now. If you don't want to, like, put your full heart into Zangief and struggle in the ways that Zangief struggles in, I think you got to go to the Marisa, man. I really do.
And the crazy thing about it is, you know, I'm saying here the grapplers are struggling. And normally, you know, if you say, like, oh, these characters are kind of weak, most people are like, yeah, buff them. But I feel like everyone's like, yeah, no, that's fine. Leave the grapplers alone.
I like what Justin said on Twitter. He was like, you know, don't let people fool you. Zangief is supposed to be low tier. Like, he's supposed to struggle.
Did you see my reply?
No,
I
didn't see the reply.
Hush. Okay, look.
I like that idea personally.
I mean, look, I do. So there's a lot of design philosophy, right? So one of the design philosophies is you can't make the grappler top tier, right? Because like there's some games where grapplers have been top tier and like it's kind of miserable in a way. But you know, like mid-tier, you know.
You want to get a little bit more love than he's got right now.
Exactly,
okay, we'll see. Hopefully that's the case. Let's see what Capcom has planned down the line. But I do believe we are ready for our first match. I got word in our ear that it's going to be starting soon. So it is going to be Kusanagi versus Roger FGC. And this is all important. This gets into winners finals, right? It gives you one step closer to getting into Capcom Cup 10. You'll have that third place secured as well. So you'll be in the money, no problem. Yeah, it's going to be a big match coming up. On the other side, we have totakai versus Uriel, which is a matchup I'm very much looking forward to as well. totakai getting that top 24 at EVO with JP. Uriel, I mean, he's, I think, been the player I've seen enter the most from this region, like the various NA weeklies. So he's got a lot of experience under his belt. Both of these players, all four of these players, I think, in winner's side have a great chance of qualifying.
Yeah, Roger FGC, though, in his quote you saw saying that this is his first CPT event.
That's true.
And again, very young. But like I said, we were talking about yesterday, I'm really happy to see a lot of the younger players coming in and playing, because that's what new games usually bring, is usually all of a sudden this crop of new players.
Yeah.
And as you even mentioned last year, I mean, even with Street Fighter 5, even at the end, the ending walkers and the Zens coming in here really young.
Yeah, man, exactly. We even had new blood towards the end of Street Fighter 5, which is amazing. You would think like a game 5-6 years into its lifespan, everybody that's been playing it would have such an advantage. But my man Kusanagi out the gate.
Dude, not bashful at all. He just came out, drive rush, low forward.
He said, I'll spin 4 bars immediately. I don't care, bro. And the perfect parry to keep him locked down in the corner right now. Kusanagi, the way he's opening this one up is wild, fam.
Yeah, he was like, 7-frame crouching medium kick from Rashid, huh, Ringe? Yeah. I'm just going to come in with mine anyway. I don't care.
Like, I got a 7-framer too, fam.
All right, busting out over here, getting out of the corner, trying to fake it. You saw a light punch there to stop himself early.
And again, that was the block stud from the burnout right there that made the throw with.
Yeah.
Allowed Roger to get this SA2 goal. He's just looking to parry all of it. No throw afterwards. There it is. Doesn't get the punish counter on it, but nonetheless, ODDP busts out from Kusanagi. He put the round on the line there.
Yeah, but I mean, Roger has caught up on the life. Down a little bit, but no, Kusanagi thought he had enough for a drive rush, but instead burned himself out.
He could have used the light into the whiff cancel on drive rush to get the last bit of that. Challenges with the super, and he comes up empty. Roger out the gate with the first round.
Yeah, that was, going back to what Bryan and Rob were talking about, the mental stack. He was close to the corner. He was worried about the drive impact, and that's all where his brain was. So again, you see where the reactions, he was just going to do that super. If we saw the drive impact and he stopped it, we'd be like, what a reaction. But you could see he was just throwing it out there.
Beautiful walk under to the punish counter on the landing frames from Roger. Here gets the full corner carry as well. Not a lot of drive meter to his name. He's going to have even less after this super. How are we going to thwart this? Just try to put the block string on him. Goes into SA2 once again.
Here we go, the pressure, that's going to be plus frame. So again, that's why he used the drive reversal, didn't want to deal with it. He's going to be able to combo off of that.
Yeah, it gets a little bit actually walking forward right there, allowing Kusanagi to get into the corner. Both players burnt out here. Who's going to bully who, fam?
Yeah, exactly. We've got Pure fighting here. No meters anywhere. ST now. Mind games.
We high school dropouts right here. All burnt out, bro.
Exactly. Oh, man.
Nice job. That's staying like it. That is a wall of a button. 5 frames, if I'm not mistaken. Very quick for its range. It's a great button to just throw out in the neutral, especially when you only need that amount of damage to finish your opponent. Ooh, Drive Rush committed to the button early, and he reset him in the middle of that. He tried to reset him again.
Yeah.
Kusanagi having none of that.
He's like, stop it. But it is 1 round apiece right here, so getting that first game on the board is going to be important. But remember, this is 3 out of 5 for the entire top 8. Oh, no, the meaty drive impact.
And that's another thing no neutral touched on, right? How successful the meaty drive impact is. Kusanagi paying dividends here. Baits out the super, but he gets away. You got a drive rush punish, and that's exactly what he did. Kusanagi 1-0.
Woo, nicely done. And I know, obviously, you're a huge wrestling fan,
yeah,
right?
Big time.
But, like, you know, I watch a lot of the wrestling out there. And, you know, when the guy's getting beat up and then they get up and all of a sudden burst of energy in there. Nowadays, I call that their drive gauge came back. They got out of burnout.
Loaded. You just see the green aura come about them. They're like, oh, okay.
Exactly. They're just, like, biding the time and then shing, and then everything comes in there. Yeah, so that's – I think we figured out the secret how that works.
Oh,
so
okay, there you go. They had drive rush way back then, huh? Okay.
Exactly.
That's why they just bounce off the ropes like that. They can't stop themselves. It's the drive rushes, I see.
Exactly.
So we go 1-0 for Kusanagi here.
Yeah, 3 out of 5 here, so got a lot of room here for Roger to make the adjustments, but Kusanagi tagging with that crouching medium kick. Again, almost deceptive range is how far those crouching medium kicks go in this game.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Roger.
We were talking about that.
That is indeed the meaty setup, as you just saw right there. I think he even linked the stand medium punch with no special counter hit. So, yeah, I mean, that button is good. That setup is good.
Ken's medium punch is 5 frames, right? He's
5 frames,
one of the only 5-frame medium punches here. Him and Cammy are the only characters that can link light into medium raw, I believe.
Oh, yeah, very, very strong tool. Now busting out with the level 1 again. Oh, right back at you, fam. Well, both these players here.
And they look so similar, too, right?
Yeah.
They just launch at you with this kick.
What a throw as he landed right there. No punish counter, but still caught Kusanagi blocking as soon as he got to the ground. There's the DP. Uses the OD version, though, so that's going to burn him out.
Yeah, the regular ones aren't great as anti-air. I mean, they work, obviously, if you catch the opponent before they kick, but I've seen those anti-airs lose the things a lot of times.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I think that is something that Rashid players lament, but there's the crouch medium kick from Ken that we talk about. 7 frames, some of the fastest in the game. Roger gets caught whiffing on the neutral jump. Kusanagi gives him a noogie for his trouble.
Yeah, and again, Ken and Luke, their jump attacks hit so far down that they can punish people whiffing throws with their neutral jumps so much quicker than a lot of other characters can.
Yeah, so great stuff from Kusanagi, taking full advantage of that right there. Roger, he had the meter to pop off in case he saw the drive impact, right? But that's what, harkening back to what Rob and Bryan were talking about. That mental stack just gets to you, kind of start panicking in the moment. You just have a natural inclination in your body to react with something, and that's what happened to Roger there.
Yeah, well, Roger said, first CPT's first chance to beat Kusanagi.
Oh, what a
I mean, this is he's got to do something now. He's down 0-2.
Yeah, that was the second time he did the drive rush second, but pressed the button first, so he got him. But Kusanagi, that's the second perfect parry, speaking of which.
Oh, and goes for the meaty fireball instead of the overhead, actually.
Oh, and then he baits out the ODDP. Kusanagi loves that setup against JP specifically because it counters the amnesia. Hey. You ain't bullying me this time. No meaty drive impact.
Yeah, no!
God.
And I mean, that was actually something that happened a lot in 5 with Balrog, because his jump attack hit so low. A lot of timing where you think you can walk under them, because you can walk under so many characters and you just get punched in the face. And that feels bad.
Indeed, indeed. Oh, you see Roger, he's being a little bit more timid about his pressure now because Kusanagi has popped off with an ODDP in the middle of his block strings a couple of times. Great whiff punish there, though.
Oh, now the burnout on Kusanagi's side. Oh, dude, both of them, they're like, we watched No Neutral.
Yeah.
We saw them talk about meaty drive impact. No, not going to. Oh, there it is again.
Oh, he got caught trying to throw after the Dragon Lash, a very common Ken gimmick.
Yeah, and now you see right here, he's opened him up because, scared to whiff that throw now. So Kusanagi got a couple of throws in there.
And Kusanagi, the fighting spirit is back. The drive rush is here to abuse. Ooh. Burns out Roger in the process. Oh, you can't walk out of that, fam, especially burnt out. Pops off again for one more chance.
Man, all right. This is it here. You're he got the Roger,
but he dropped the combo. That's unfortunate.
No.
And there's the ODDP. I talked about the whirlwind getting out prioritized to end the set. Kusanagi, clinical in that one.
What a decision to throw that EX Hadouken, OD Hadouken, because if you saw it burned him out too. So he was confident, dude. He was confident. You're throwing this tornado right here. So nicely done. Kusanagi 3-0 over Roger FGC. If Roger wants to defeat Kusanagi, he's going to have to make his way all the way through the loser's bracket now to get that chance again. As you see, he's down there now waiting for Rigama and Amigo Pool to play their match.
He's going to have another explosive match on his hand, whoever wins there, because that is Cammy versus DJ down there on Rigama versus Amigo Pool. So either of those characters against Rashid, that's going to be fast-paced, high action. But to the next one we go, it's going to be Grand Totakai on the JP versus Uriel Valerio on the Ken. Both very strong players out of this region. Of course, we mentioned before, Totakai making that top 24 run at EVO. Over 7,000 entrants, an incredible feat. One to be proud of for sure. And Uriel, on the other hand, he qualified, as you can see. James so astutely pointed it out yesterday. He was rocking that Capcom Cup 9 jacket in his profile picture because he was there as the player.
Flexing.
Looking to go back-to-back with the appearances.
Yeah, definitely flexing with that jacket. He's like, do you know who I am? I am a Capcom Cup 9 qualifier. And Grand Totakai, of course, going to be trying to achieve that as well. All these players are. If they could, whoever wins this is automatically in that Capcom Cup, Capcom Cup 10. Excuse me.
Full decade of Capcom Cups, bro. That is wild to think about, right? Where we started, where we are now. Chipotle sponsorships and whatnot. We're on the come up, FGC. Keep looking up, baby.
Dude, I still remember the very, very first Capcom Cup that we did. I think was like. There was only one U.S. player. I think Sako won that one. It was crazy.
Times are changing, baby. But let's hear from our competitor that's graced the stage of Capcom Cup once before. You always got to say, I'll just say that salt is real. That is a perfect statement to say before a match against JP. We've all been there. We're all going to continue to be there. Good stuff.
Look, people who have watched my stream, I call it the Chenzor Dynasty, and I always say that our #1 export is salt.
I forgot about that part.
And our #2 export is wine as well. So you could expect a lot of wine and salt from the Chenzor Dynasty. That's how it works.
That's pretty good, my man. He's got his official papers. He's a part of the Chenzor Dynasty now.
Exactly.
Uriel Valerio has been accepted in. We shall see, bruh. Yeah, I mean, we've seen this matchup go both ways. Obviously, right now, the biggest finals for it, or I say the matchup that's gotten the most eyes is obviously the Gamers 8 Grand Finals between Kakaru and Angry Bird, where Kakaru was able to defeat him. But Kakaru fell to Ken plenty of times leading up to that point, right? It was really
the most heartbreaking losses at EVO ever. Oh my God.
100%. Like, he had taken a lot of licks up against Ken and taken a lot of L's to get to that big W, that 200K W that he ended up getting. So it's one that I believe is pretty even. We'll see how both of these players play it.
Because even after that 32 perfect parry set against Angry Bird, then in the World Warrior Asia, he did lose the Fujimura in the first round of Losers Top 8, which was a Ken player. So, yeah, these two are, I mean, you said it yesterday. Capcom is making sure this lore match is what we're going to deal with here.
Yeah, it could be argued that it's even a little bit Ken favored because he had to pull out 32 perfect parries to win the set, right?
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, definitely the mental stack could be on that side. We'll see how it plays out today, though.
Yeah, a little bit of delay to the drive rush. Yeah, you see how Uriel is actually drive rushing into his face and not hitting the button as fast as possible to maybe catch Grand Totakai flinching.
And Uriel, I mean, the pace he plays at, man, it's so high tempo, it's so fast, it really overwhelms the opponent a lot of the time. That's why you see this round already in his favor, but look at this, the essence of Kakaru. Grand Totakai capturing it here.
Here we go. He's like, this is he tried to go for the overhead, the combo into the spike, but then the jump from Uriel is actually going to punish that overhead. And there you go, round #1 to Uriel.
And that's the thing, right, is that you can get caught looking for these perfect parries. It's all about the mental stack. He gets caught right there. That might have been an execution error. But
yeah, I think it was probably trying to throw one of the ghosts or something.
Oh no,
boy.
Got caught reaching.
Okay.
Dude,
you see
the
he
leg.
was just chilling there.
He like waited to see if the amnesia came out.
Oh, the meaty stand medium punch as well. The combo into the crouch medium kick.
Oh my God, my man said wake up, drive rush. I put the pedal to the metal as soon as I get out the bed.
I swear, every time I see Ken do that drive rush heavy punch, I'm always like, he's too far away to combo, right? And then crouching medium kick is like, hi.
My man, he's rolling with Bow Wow. That's a Tokyo drift into the stand there, Fierce Punch, bro.
Oh, man. Now I have the song stuck in my head. Fast and Furious.
It's a class. That is also a classic. Nice job with the parries, though. He's not letting his drive meter get chipped away for free.
Oh, I like that idea. I mean, obviously, Uriel could have probably blocked it at that point.
Oh, no. The counter hit starter on the Dragon Lash.
Crouching so he can combo with the Dragon Lash.
Great recognition there as well. Oh, doesn't try to parry in between these. Oh, but he does drive impact the next sequence. Get your Jinrai games out of here.
Okay, no side switch combos for Grand Totakai. Gonna stay at the front here. Nice! Has that sequence. Oh, he didn't go for the EX spikes. I thought maybe he'd go for the EX spikes to get another spike afterwards.
There you go, though. He ends up using the OD Ghost to blow through the projectile of Uriel. Put a round for him on the board. I want to see the command throw. Oh,
okay, maybe he just likes kicking the fireball. I don't know.
There might be something to it. Right now, yeah, following it up with the Amnesia, big damage there. Send him back full screen as well, put the departure window up. And that's the great part about it, right, is that JP can kind of close that distance with something getting his back.
Yep. And again, a lot of the JPs, one of the techniques that a lot of them have learned is using that OD Ghost for neutral.
Well done from Grand Totakai right there, taking full advantage of his hit comboing to the level 3. So I want to highlight that crouch heavy punch anti-air he did before. We know how great the crouch heavy punch anti-air is on JP, but if Uriel empty jumped right there, I'm pretty sure that was the spacing to make it whip. That's a very popular strat in this matchup, so look for it going forward.
Yeah, you're jumping at him. Don't stick out your leg to get punched.
Yeah.
Okay. 1-1 here. Again, floor match here, so very, very hotly contested.
And Uriel even did drive rush crouch out. He tried it again and still got clipped by the crouch medium punch. Oh, that sucks.
I remember when the game first came out, people were like, you know, JP's neutral buttons aren't that good. And I was like, what?
That was a bunch of downplaying propaganda nonsense. I will have none of those people ever had their opinions heard again.
All right, trying to fight his way out of the corner here. There's that great crouching medium kick, by the way.
Yeah, good distance on that one. It's not cancelable, but off the drive rush it is plus, so you got to respect it.
Now full screen again, so he has successfully fought his way out of the corner here, trying to keep Uriel from getting in there. No one's really in any danger of burnout here, so you see them both just kind of taking their time. Uriel's willing to parry all these things from across the screen, no problem.
Yeah, he's trying to find his moment to get in, and as soon as he does, OD Amnesia is going to make him respect. I want to see the command grab.
And even if you don't get the hits off of the Amnesia, the fact that it stops the opponent is so powerful, but what a drive impact choice there.
Oh, level 2? Not even going to level 2 yet, and actually gets the run Dragon Lash.
So he might be dead because he didn't go for that. Is this going to kill? Shot, not
leaves
quite.
him on life support. Uses the OD Fireball to get through and then combos into the level 3 Grand Totakai with a perfect bet right there. Cash it all out. Put yourself up in the set.
Man, I mean, obviously not a lot of health for that level 3 to drain, but take that round. Take that round. Yeah.
In that moment when you get that hit, just execute what your hands are going for. You know what I mean? Sure, there might be a more efficient route, but the most important part is to not drop that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, trade right there. Again!
Tries to move after. That was a great confirm from Uriel as well. Looked like he went straight crouch medium kick into drive rush cancel. I like it. Expensive, but he got the corner carry out of it. Oh, that's going to burn him out on top of that. Such a rough spot to be.
And yeah, we've often said that being burnt out against JP is one of the most feels bad situations. But the punish, the counter hit with the Dragon. Oh, there's that meaty again.
Wow, yeah, Uriel's making the most out of this burnout moment. Yeah, I think he messed up his immediate attempt there. That looked way too late for an actual mini fireball to be plus. And he's going to pay for this match with a quick combo off the level 2. Grand Totakai, 2-1 in the set.
Yeah, so nice that he can do 3 or 2 at that point in time, but nicely done to Grand Totakai. But again, 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5, so he needs to take 1 more. And here we go. Starting off with that EX Ghost right away. Again, the 2 hits and the instant hit of it. So good at pushing the opponent back full screen.
Again, that might have been another instance where the empty jump could have served them. I'm not sure. Either way, he's not trying it right now. Oh, holds the parry. I'm telling you, get the command throw in, bro. He's been parrying all the projectiles. Oh, the drive impact that actually got the punish counter. A lot of the time, people are able to land and then drive impact back, right, as we get this cool little freeze frame. Like, Ken is on his knees. He's like, give me my money back, fam.
Dude, it almost looks like JP is holding him on the shirt,
For
like,
real.
you know, or holding him up with the stick there. But again,
the storm. We hear the storm right now.
yeah. With Hurricane Hillary causing us a little bit of fun over here.
At our undisclosed CPT online headquarters.
Exactly, in our secret bunker. No, I'm just kidding. But again, you know, we're trying to play these matches for you as much as possible. If we can't get this one, I mean, obviously they're probably still playing. It's going to be our side of things.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll probably try to catch the replay on CFN and get that for you guys and continue from where we left off.
Yeah, nice and a relief for both us and the people at home, I'm sure.
2-1 over here. Grand Totakai over Uriel Valorio, as we said. So let's see how this one played out. We got partway through this match over here.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think we froze like right when JP hit him with something, if I remember.
Oh yeah, I remember being like, I wonder if that would have been empty jumped and not anti-aired if he was empty jumping.
Yeah, he was
it was around this moment, I believe.
Here, like we had frozen like right somewhere around.
Oh, nice check though, regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
right
what
there.
it was. Yeah. Now we remember. Yeah, the drive impact. Because we were going to point out the fact that a lot of time you could land and drive impact back, but that was the sweet spot where Grand Totakai got the punish counter. Oh, smokes him as well, trying to jump out after the parry.
Kill with that. Oh, he's going to spend it to make sure. Spend it to make sure. Perfect KO. So Grand Totakai is like, yes, this was the last game. Let me show you.
Bro, the throne of spikes. That is one of my favorite win poses in the game for sure.
Oh, man. But, yeah, Uriel definitely has something to say. Oh, look at that. Trading with the OD projectiles. But there's that crouching medium kick drive rush cancel. But that just means Uriel is almost burnt out.
Jumps to the other side right there. There's a gap that you might be able to DP it. Oh, no. I believe that was definitely supposed to be like a kick button after, but, you know, stored inputs. They're locked in a storage box in this game, so because of that, he gets the Tatsu. Oh, back-to-back. Yeah, the light Tatsu is 0 on block and burnout, so you can press the button back. You saw Grand Totakai trade with him.
Here we go, the level 2. You got to deal. You have to hold this one. And you have no drive parry.
Nah.
So you got to deal with the high-low all day from those projectiles. The throw, and sure enough, Grand Totakai is going to win it 3-1. So he's going to send Uriel Valorio to loser's bracket, but that means Grand Totakai will be on winner's side going up against Kusanagi.
Yes, and I believe like at the start of this, those were our two favorites to be in winners finals.
And Kusanagi, of course, you know, I think it was like for a couple of years he kept finishing in second place in CPT, and he finally won one. So Grand Totakai kind of try to keep up that tradition and get back into Capcom Cup.
Yeah, most definitely right. Grand Totakai out of Panama, been holding it down for the team. Talked about Andy Enigma out of Costa Rica as well, a player we saw a lot last year in the CPTs towards the latter half of Street Fighter V. Hope to see him as well in the future. But yeah, man, he's got the right training partners because that's a Ken player. Like, Andy Enigma is a Ken player since 5. So Grand Totakai has plenty of matchup experience in this. He's going to need it because, like we said, that winner's finals, he's going to be rolling with the same matchup.
Yeah, and again, you know, shout outs to all the players here. I know he talked about, I think it was MJ Gama who was talking about it in the interview. It might have been Totakai, but Andy Enigma, you know, having visa troubles, hasn't been able to make it out to the States as much. And again, you know, that's why we keep doing this. That's why we keep trying to build up the Capcom Pro Tour as much as possible, because we just want to get to that point where people are like, hey, I need to travel for Street Fighter 6. And they'd be like, oh, good luck.
Yeah, exactly,
you know?
Right. So that's why it is a worldwide event, this Capcom Pro Tour 2023. And let me talk to you a little bit about it more, right? The Capcom Pro Tour is currently underway, and all regional CPT online events are now available to sign up, everybody. So make sure you get into it. And I believe this coming event is US, Canada, West. That's going to be happening next weekend. So registration closes this Monday, the 21st at noon. So if you're in that region, obviously the World Warrior event for Canada West just kicked off yesterday. So you definitely want to get your chance in for that online premiere, qualify directly into Capcom Cup 10, because I mean, grinding your way through the World Warrior, it's definitely a way to get into it. But if you can get that one and done, baby, your stress levels are gone. You're just going to be qualified, have a chance at that Millie first place prize. That's the way you want to be.
Yep, and of course we talked about the fact that there are ways to qualify offline as well. One of them was Evo, so Angry Bird is there already.
Oh, yeah.
But there's going to be 2 more CPT offlines, one happening in Singapore and the other happening in France. So we've got one in Asia for you in October 20 to 22nd, and then we have one in France from November 3rd through the 5th. The registration is open, so go to CapcomProTour.com for information on how to sign up and register for those events. But the winner of those events will also qualify directly into Capcom Cup 10 for that chance at that $1 million.
Yeah. And let me see the schedule that we got coming up for the rest of the CPTs here in the near future. We got South America West coming up after US and Canada next week, and then following that, Asia East. So yeah, I love this. All of the globe being represented here in the next few weeks on Capcom Pro Tour. The online premieres are going to be getting hot and heavy, and you get a chance to kind of sample the various region styles in the game, right? That's always something that we look forward to when we watch fighting games. So big ups to everybody that's going to be tuning in to the Capcom Pro Tour throughout this month and the months to come. But of course, handle the next one, James.
Yeah, so while Ringe here is grilling you guys on the schedule over here, there's some cooks at Chipotle who are grilling you some beautiful burrito bowls and burritos and tacos. So definitely use their mobile app. Use the mobile app to enter the promo code HDKN236 to get $5 worth of fighter coins for free. 250 fighter coins. I also like the fact that 236. It's just like a really it's a aware code, promo code, the 236 code.
That is an FGC code right there.
Yeah.
Like if you in it, you know exactly what that means. So yeah, everybody claim your codes, of course. Get those free costumes and whatnot in the game when you can collect enough points to purchase them. As a great way to do so. Big shout outs to Chipotle holding down Evo as well as Street Fighter 6.
Yep, exactly. So again,
and Combo Breaker.
And again, the more you use the app, the more you use that to order food. You also gain points to get a bunch of other free Chipotle stuff as well. So join Chipotle Rewards. It's the fastest way to get your free food.
The people have been waiting long enough, right? So let's get to our ad packages. Let's thank our sponsors so we can get back to the action very quickly. Do not go anywhere here on Capcom Fighters.
Which one of these was the herbal medicine again? Oh yeah, this one. Probably. Now, here comes the airplane. Say, ah. No! Some poisons can kill people in the thousands with that amount. Like botulinum toxin, it inhibits acetylcholine release, causing loss of muscle tone, lethargy, dizziness, visual impairment. Heavy eyelids, intense thirst, loss of speech, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach distension, breathing difficulty, then respiratory failure.
At Chipotle, real food always starts with real ingredients in real kitchens. When you order Chipotle, real food starts with you. Whether it's in restaurant, pickup, or delivery. However you Chipotle is the easiest way to Chipotle.
Just let me get to first to 3 and we Gucci. Watch out for the drive impact in the middle of all of this.
Too much party. Oh my God, there's so much to think about. James has a little bit of gauge
And
left.
It's still going.
Oh,
You
it
crouched
never
too early.
ends.
You
It
crouched too
never-
early.
Oh, it's cooking. Kusanagi on the block right there.
Nice.
Look at it.
Counter
You're
hit
dead.
confirmed.
You're actually just dead.
Yeah,
oh
it's got
my
the
God,
level 3.
Travis.
Oh
What
my
the hell is?
goodness.
Where was this yesterday, James?
Huge lead for himself, and he has been looking so strong, eating that full critical art. And there is one of Chun-Li's biggest traits. That light into the medium link is so good.
Dude, it wasn't even just that. It was the perfect parry on the sandblast that gave him the advantage, the slowdown there to get the punish. It's those tiny little decisions that make it so you can get those confirms. And Travis had it. That was a modern super. Travis, what the hell?
Travis's reactions. We were actually talking about this off stream. I was talking about Phenom as one of the players.
Sorry, not about Phenom. That Tiger knee legs was disgusting.
Be able to escape
Good.
the burn. Oh my God, the perfect parry. James. Not a lot of damage, but we're
taking my
pushing to the
breath away.
corner.
Oh, it's over.
Overhead.
See, are we gonna see a psychic drive impact? Oh my God, he checked
He
the
was
dash.
waiting for TBs. He was waiting for it, and here we go. What's the mix-up here? We've seen him be able to get the setups here.
But now gets the pressure from full screen. Travis is the one who has to put the initiative. Goes for the raw level 3.
Dude.
Such a huge commitment on the ghost. Sends it all. Most important, he's gonna get the drive gauge back here. Almost out of burnout and still
But he
taking the
gets a
corner.
hit.
Huge counter, but he
No,
drops the
that's
combo
not
again.
gonna
It doesn't matter.
Oh, and the same thing with Crowd. What a reaction from Travis. We've been seeing the reaction earlier in the tournament. Here we go. Going to go for the full combo. Drops it. A little bit tricky to time.
Nice.
But he's got the burnout guy. The cross up with a down forward heavy kick.
For Crown, this is the most important match of his life. For Travis Styles, it's just Sunday, man.
Can Travis end the run of Crown? But Crown sitting on 3 bars.
No
what a reaction!
way you reacted, and this is what makes a champion. Those
Oh,
quick
he goes for
reactions
the reset
and the
instead.
reset.
Travis Styles, who is now the 3 years in a row qualifier from Oceania.
Straight to the Capcom Pro Tour Finals. Travis Styles.
And there you saw our winner from last week, Travis Styles, becoming the first online CPT qualifier from the Oceania region with that Chun-Li. Going up against the Crown's Ryu there, which looked really strong as well. But we are here to now figure out who is going to be joining Travis from Central America West. I'm James, joined by Ringe.
Great to be here, man.
Yeah.
Great to call the action already. We have our winners finals in place, right? It's going to be Kusanagi versus Totakai. I believe that's the favorite to get into the winners finals, right? Kusanagi, obviously a staple of the scene, one of the best players in Mexico for many, many years, held down Street Fighter V, and then Totakai with an amazing top 24 performance at EVO. Both of these players looking to qualify into that Capcom Cup 10. You can see that's the way it's been broken down so far. Uriel and Roger falling down to the loser side of things, awaiting the winners of Soul VNG versus Alexis Pinto, and Rigama versus Amigo Pool.
That's right. So we're going to be jumping to that losers round 1 first. We're going to start with that Soul VNG going up against Alexis Pinto. And as you mentioned, was Soul that was using the Dulcim? Or
Alexis was using the Dulcim.
Alexis was the Dulcim.
Soul was the modern Luke.
Oh God, Soul VNG. That's right. He's the silhouette.
Yeah.
He will not let us know
hidden
who
character.
he is exactly. I mean, he's like Akuma, right? He's Mexico's Akuma, I guess it is. At
My
this
man
point.
said, social? No, you think I'm not going to give you my face? You think you're going to get my social?
Dang.
Get out of here, bro. Not available today. But yeah, the only thing that is available is these hands. That's what he's been dealing out to his opponents, of course. He's going to have to go up against Alexis Pinto, who has the Ken in his back pocket, but he was playing the Dulcim all day yesterday. And, like, modern characters against Dulcim is very interesting to me. Like that's the one that I want to see more of, like, matchup-wise. Just because, like, Dulcim has, like, these long-range moves, right, that, I mean, maybe you have a little bit more time to react when you just have one button to press.
DP a limb, you know?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, are we going to get on that level with the modern players in this matchup? That's something I want to see. But, of course, we are going to hear from Soul VNG, despite, hiding his face in his social.
Okay.
He did give us some words.
You
What
have
is
to read it like this.
Oh, okay.
I do not know a Ken player could use Dulcim. I really do not know what will happen in this match.
The quote actually fits that voice so perfectly. I did not know a Ken player could use Dulcim. What are you trying to say about us Ken players, huh, Soul VNG? Okay, bro. I'm going to remember this.
Oh, man.
I'm going to remember
definitely
this.
one of those, FBI footage, with the guy sitting in the shadows over there. So Soul VNG, yeah, okay. So surprised
Identity protected.
But, I got to wonder, because obviously Luke has that ability to kind of be oppressive close up and everything. So does he want to go with that Dulcim, or is he going to go with the Ken on this one? Because, again, it's kind of a once Luke gets in on Dulcim, I think it's kind of scary, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely going to be the life you live as a Dulcim player, right? Like, once they get close, like, it's a little frightening. That's just kind of the way your character is built, and that's why you got to be so familiar with their offensive sequences that you got to pick the right one defensively as Dulcim to kind of get out of that situation, right? And you can't just mindlessly teleport, especially with the forced knockdown, right?
Or even the modern controls. You just hit one button, doesn't matter which direction he teleports.
True.
Level 1 super, there you go.
That's a great point.
So you got to be careful of that.
And some of these characters, I mean, they have like options to side switch you right off of that forced knockdown. Like, that's a big thing in the Ken matchup against Dulcim, right? Is that he could jab you out of your teleport and then he links into OD Dragon Lash and you're back into the corner. Like, that's a real combo, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't even escape that.
That's right.
So obviously he won't have to deal with that here, but Luke will make you pay in other ways, best believe, if you get your teleport checked. So you got to be careful. But that's the great thing about Dulcim, right, is that he has so many tools, especially in this game. Like, in 5, we were like, man, Dulcim's got so many tools now. And in this game, he's got even more, right? Like, the variations on the fireballs, the ability to throw the fireball from the air now. Like,
cancel the head roll into teleport.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the mummy is he just has, I mean, everything that he could want. So I can't wait to see the Dulcim players really get an expert handle on the character. Up is the
I don't
want to
fight it. I don't want to fight it.
No.
But I'll enjoy watching.
I'll talk over it. That's what I'm excited for. Don't try to snipe me in rank though. I'm good on that.
I mean, honestly though, because as fast as we are now these days at getting good at fighting games, Dulcim still takes a little bit longer to get into. Because like you said, I think you said this yesterday, Dulcim is a character that you have to wait till everybody else gets good with their character, because now you have to learn how to stop what they're doing. And he has a way to stop it every time.
Exactly. Like, he's one of those characters where he has an ideal solution to every situation he finds himself in, but coming up with those answers on the fly like that, recognizing when you're in those situations, it takes a lot of mental effort. So we're going to see with the experience, the Dulcim players will be more and more optimal going forward. But right now, Soul VNG wants to put all that away. Have you at the corner, nullify that range game. But that tech throw, it sent you so far in this.
Oh, no, okay.
The shoulder, the armor going through the fireball.
Now teleporting out of there, getting back to this position where he's not as trapped in the corner. See his EX fireball there causing some problems. But actually, honestly, Soul VNG actually spent a lot of his drive gauge just kind of holding it there like that. But he's not the one that's burned out. It's Dulcim.
Oh, man. Yeah, he was jumping big time right there. Good stuff from Soul VNG to navigate out of the corner. And then one more again.
Oh, the meaty. Do it again. Oh, no, he doesn't need it. Never mind. I forgot. He has the EX follow-up. Spend 1 extra bar to get 1 more hit. And, man, Sean's got something to say about that, man. You took my DP.
Yeah.
I mean, Capcom took it away from him first in third strike. Let's be honest, right? So
100%. I'm hoping that's like one of my copium hopes is that we get to see some Luke Sean interaction in World Tour mode, because Luke does have a couple of callbacks to Sean.
I think Sean is in one of the background pictures. When Guile's at the DJ concert, I think you see Laura and Sean sitting next to Guile and his family.
Little sibling outing, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't know about that as an only child. But anyway, trauma's off the table. But yeah, Alexis Pinto right now, he's doing a great job just controlling the space. Actually even teleporting in, try to catch Soul VNG off guard here. But Soul, yeah, he's not being too antsy. Finds the flip kick and we got the corner. Let's make something happen.
Yeah, it's been going at pretty slow pace, but like you said, all Soul VNG was doing was biding his time, and now here he is, throw loops. Oh, he tried to go for the suppressor right there. Didn't quite get it. Oh, he got the shimmy, but nothing. He was just, I'm going to use your delay to walk back.
Bro, I was like, is your stick broken? Like, I was like, what happened there? He just kept walking back after the whiff, but he just wants that distance, right? This is where Dawson is so comfortable at. This is where you need to be. So I like Alexis Pinto kind of prioritizing that over anything else, but he gets kneed in the gut, and great recognition on that, getting the juggle after.
Punch, man, no fear at all.
For real, Soul VNG here. He's got CA on deck, though, and we talk about the modern controls. He gets sniped something out from the Dawson. No snipe on the slide, though.
Yep. And now you see Pinto is just like, Alexis Pinto's like, oh no, he went in. And that's going to, I was just about to say, he's like chilling. He's like 13 seconds, I can take my time. But he went in and, you know, sometimes, I mean, I still remember in 5, like the main Dawson players, they were different personalities. And I remember Commander Jesse would actually kind of do himself in a bunch of times by teleporting in way too often.
Yeah, Jesse has that West Coast DNA in him, right? Like the rushdown DNA. So he oftentimes want to get in your face with it also, can cost you. And like that right there, I think maybe he was feeling the pressure of the time a little bit. I couldn't remember if he had the life lead or the life deficit. I think he was at a life deficit. But really, I would have liked to see him wait for the drive meter to come back, right? And then from there, you could throw out the OD fireball, start teleporting. You have ways to cover your teleport more safely once you have your drive meter back. So I would have liked him to wait for that moment. But regardless, that was a great defense from who was it? Not Alexis. Soul VNG. That's right. Of course, our modern Luke player, our modern Luke representative, doing a great job. I want to see, though, it took him like a game yesterday to really get his bearings. And so I want to see if we can get like some 6 snipes with the modern controls on the slides, or one of these moves that Dawson has that are longer startup.
All right, well, there he is. You've seen that drive rush heavy kick has been putting in some work for him so far, but right now, a good job from Alexis Pinto from checking and also just being outside of the range. And there, like you said, using the fireball to help yourself get in, even without the OD gauge at that point.
Yeah, exactly, man. Oh, he caught Soul VNG trying to parry on the way in. Alexis, he is out to a significant lead here in game 2.
Yeah, but again, Dawson is a character whose life can melt. I mean, he has the same amount of health, so he's not a character with less health in this game.
Yeah.
But just his defense is a little bit weaker, so he can get rushed down a lot easier. Oh boy, both of them just outside of the range.
The one-turn potential against Dawson is a little higher, right, than some of the other characters.
Oh no, he didn't think he was going to get hit. So the punish counter on the cross-up made Dawson reel way longer, and the throw just whiffed.
That was unfortunate for Soul VNG right there. Alexis, though, we'll take those. That was a classic. Classic, we'll take those moment here. My goodness, he was like, you know what? I'm not going to stop drive rushing.
Dude, right? I mean, he is spending so much of his drive gauge right away. Looks like you're back. Oh, yeah, and again, you don't have to worry about what side they're on when they teleport like that. You just hit the button. I think DP, is down and special, right? So it just doesn't matter what side they teleport to.
Man, Soul, he was on that spin green to make green type wave. Now he got the low check as Alexis Pinto tried to walk back. He tried to hit him with it again. Great discipline this time and using the drive reversal to burn him out on top of everything else.
Yeah, so even if you don't take advantage of the burnout too terribly, what it does mean is you're building back all of your drive gauge. Oh, he's going to shoot him.
That's
and
what I'm talking about.
Fireball disappeared.
Yeah, it was just off the screen at that point. Man got decimated. Oh, and again, the flip kick in. Oh, he just punched him with the stand fierce, but then combo off of it.
Oh, no. Caught him with the cross-up. Oh, did he get him? Did he get him? He did.
He did. This is the CA as well. It's going to be massive damage here, is it?
not gonna kill, but it'll put him right. Well, actually, I lied.
It does. The raw CA actually does a lot of damage. Curse words worthy amount of damage right there.
Man,
Yeah,
don't never listen to me.
Only listen to in-game James.
Yeah,
In-game James will know when it's gonna kill. Real life
Actually,
James.
fortunately, it doesn't know either. It has definitely been wrong, which is wonderful.
Yeah,
so.
properly coded.
Exactly. Like, I was like, please make sure that I'm wrong sometimes. All right, let's go. So,
That's amazing for sure. But yeah, man, like even when you're, I know like some of the ways to tell like if a CA is going to kill or not is like if it hits like a certain amount of hits into the combo, you're at the yellow on your side, then it's like for sure going to kill. But yeah, when it's raw CA like that, it will kill you even outside of that own CA range. So
yeah,
definitely.
but see, I think it's more fun to be wrong.
Yeah, you know, can't be right all the time, bro. Where's the fun in that?
Exactly. 1-1 here. Alexis Pinto winning off of the back of that raw level 3. Critical art doing all that damage.
Yeah, man, that was wild to see. He's tied up the set with it, as you mentioned. So VNG's got a lot of drive meter here. Alexis Pinto is committed. Oh, only took the crouch medium punch on the juggle point, though.
Oh, good reaction
Yeah.
right there. A lot of Lukes try to steal turns like that. The only thing you have to be careful is if the Luke has a level 3, because then he can still blow you up for that.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if Alexis Pinto was like looking at the wrong drive meter, because he drive impacted again and burned himself out, but it didn't burn Soul VNG out. It might have been a mistake. Oh,
nice. Jumping air, medium punch. Yeah, and now, oh my God!
He put out a lift.
Clipped. Just barely clipped in. Oh, that was in cross-up range, so he had to deal with a little bit with that pressure. But Alexis still with a big life lead.
Oh, the punish counter burned him out on that. That was such a good reward, actually.
Dude, that jumping heavy kick is ridiculous. Oh, man. But again, Alexis Pinto is just going to bide his time here. He's okay with this pace right now, and he doesn't need to be aggressive. Oh, he teleports and he gets away with it.
Yeah, Dawson's like one of those characters like Guile, right? Where like when they're burnt out, it's not that big of a deal because a lot of the time their main game doesn't revolve around having drive meter.
Oh, too far for the throw. And Alexis with kind of a panic button, but it punishes the whiff throw. And so now he's he's 1 round away from going up 2-1.
Indeed, we are in the promised land of 3 out of 5 here for all the top 8. So, all right, I'll take that trade. At least a little bit of damage doesn't allow Dawson to get free follow.
Punish counter.
Gets caught parrying.
Yeah, how much that drained on the gauge. You see Sol VNG trying to build up that meter again. Of course, Dawson's not going to be a character that's going to easily drain that meter by rushing you down, but I talked about the modern control super against the teleport, and there was a perfect example, and now the TP!
Yeah, I don't got to worry about which direction to put my inputs in. They're not there.
Okay, that drive reversal again, something that Dawson players like to use, a great usage of his drive gauge.
Go down, bring out the fire again, just controlling that space. SolVNG's doing a great job not being lazy about the fireballs as well, parrying every chance he gets. Doesn't want the drive mirror to get chipped away at. Oh, I like that disengaging with that upwards fireball as well, just by going forward. I'm not going to let Dawson get you into that mixed range, double up on the jump. And the Yoga Anvil's a good anti-air from that space with Alexis. He's got too much on his mental right now.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that drive rush snuck right through, and look at that. He was still plus in that situation apparently, and he hits, and it is going to be a CA, but this one will be, this one's not going to kill him.
Nah, absolutely not. But it is going to put SolVNG in a tough spot, right? He's burnt out here up against Dawson. He's got CA on deck, though, and the modern controls, so you still can't be too reckless if you're Alexis.
Even when he's floating like that, you can't just come out with a super or something like that because he still has the teleport locked and loaded in there. Oh, how did he block that?
Oh, the level 3 in response to the drive impact.
You can't test the reactions.
Indeed, bro. You might be able to get away with that on a classic warrior, but or classically trained, but not a modern warrior,
yeah. Oh, no. All right, well, that is great for SolVNG. Ties it up 1 round apiece here.
Yeah, and Alexis Pinto spent his own level 3 in that last round, right? So meter-wise, he doesn't have much of an advantage either.
Ooh, punish counter with the force knockdown after the air teleport. Tries to go in there. Oh, if he had been able to get that trade combo, would have been really nice.
Yeah, that would have been sick. Right now, though, Alexis Pinto, some damage left on the table. Maybe could have comboed into it with a quicker button, but nonetheless, he'll be happy with the way the game's played out so far. He doesn't have too much life lost. at this space where Luke's going to have to make his way in. Oh, and then he does just that with a big jump. Doesn't get the perfect flash knuckle, so some damage left on the table again, but we got the throw. Loops perhaps? No. Knew he was going to be holding up right there, and then the drive impact meaty. He doesn't respond to it. Perfect flash knuckle this time. Soul VNG taking the lead in the set.
Again, when you are fighting a modern player, you have to remember that you can't test their reactions as easily as other players. And so I know a lot of people, in the chat are probably like, this is why Modern's broken. But the thing is, you put yourself in that position to get reacted to like that,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Alexis Pinto didn't need to do that drive impact in that corner over there. He could have just slowly tried to whittle him down. And unfortunately, he did go for the drive impact, and it cost him.
Yeah, when you're the offensive player in that situation, right, sometimes you're just too thirsty for the drive impact in the corner. Like, it's about, especially when it's going to win you the round, and it's just hard to say no to that temptation. That little devil on your shoulder is whispering to you, drive impact, bro.
Do it.
But when they got that modern control angel on their side, it's not a good look.
Salvation will come. He will drive impact. Oh, man. All right, back to this full screen situation again. SoulVNG trying to build back a little bit of that. The single drive parries on the projectiles are a zero sum, so that's not going to build you any extra drive gauge. Oh, no! That's such a good button, those jump attacks from Luke.
Oh, and got caught parrying on the wake up, just trying to go back to back with it. This time catches him flinching, but my goodness, what's happening? The scramble's going in SoulVNG's favor right now, and he still maintains the corner, but Alexis waking up with buttons regardless.
Oh, yep.
There it is.
Nice. And even had the wherewithal to link the EXDP afterwards.
Yeah, very smart stuff from Soul, right? Every time you hit Dawson out of that teleport, you get that forced knockdown state that gives you a juggle point to follow up with another attack.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, that would have been such a sick whiff punish. He did get it with the fierce, but nothing behind it.
Right. No cancels or anything off of that.
Oh, OD Sandblast just to go through the projectiles, clear the screen real quick.
Oh, that punished the drill. That was literally a punish counter. Actually caught the landing frame.
That driver's overhead should be +1 if I'm not mistaken. SoulVNG might have got greedy with the button he pressed afterwards. Alexis was able to cut it off.
Oh, he tried to shimmy, essentially, right? That's what that float was. Bait out the whip throw from SoulVNG.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Soul thought he was going to be thirsty to get the drive burnout, so he just bet on the level 2.
Right, and that's a tough one right there because now he has no super meters. So obviously in Modern, that's such a good thing. And again, this is one of the ways that you do fight Modern, right? You have to throw a lot more fakes because a lot of Modern players are going to react to things super fast.
Exactly.
So you fake them out more and get them to spend things.
That's their whole MO, bro. They're like, I picked this control scheme so I can react to everything you're doing. So give them some animations that are deceptive, play that strength against them.
Remind me to tell a story after this match about that as well.
Okay.
So here we go. Oh, stop the running in.
Cut off at the pass, and this is the Dawson game right now. You got to make your way through this, Alexis, and he's going to knock him down. Oh, and then cutting off the limb with the Sandblast as well. Jumping out of the throw attempt. The defense is looking on point now.
Yeah, Alexis Pinto, though, still with a big life lead here. SoulVNG spending that meter on that one single EX drive, Sandblaster. But then Alexis Pinto teleporting in, getting the level 3. This one should kill. It should be close. But he needs one more hit. Oh, EX, it's coming.
He was just floating behind it. Nice, cool, calm, collected.
There was. He got the throw bait, but he did not punish. Again.
The yoga vibes are strong with this one.
Yeah, but just be patient. No need to go in there. Like I said, no need to try to go for any crazy drive impacts or anything like that. Oh, what? He went right over.
All right, that was a really cool idea. Like, he obviously dodged the fierce that way, but Alexis Pinto waking up again with that back medium kick. That's not the first time we've seen him wake up with that move, right? He just really recognizes the range that Luke kind of ends up in on some of these far distance knockdowns. He's just like, I'm ready, bro. Like, I'm pressing the button. I don't think he knows his opponent's not used to like mediating from that distance, right? So like, I think he's definitely taking advantage of the uncomfortable factor there.
SoulVNG definitely tried to steal extra turns essentially by walking a little forward. And yeah, Alexis Pinto is like, nah, denied. So, but it's 2-2 now.
It is.
So going down to the last game, and again, really cool to see this Dawson representation because again, I feel like this character is going to just keep getting stronger as the game continues forward.
And that boy is going to be rising 100%. Oh, no, right now, though, he might be buried. He got that quick little throw bait, big punish counter on the Fierce.
Oh, wow, he got away with that. I thought he was going to get crossed up by the jump attack. All right, double parry right there, so that does get a little bit of positive. And he is jumping back on those drive rushes all the time. That's something that Alexis Pinto has to catch, like maybe go for the Yoga Anvil instead or something like that.
Yeah, look at this. Continuous back jumps. We've seen it snipe the drill as well from certain spaces. So this has been a popular strat for Soul. It's been netting dividends for sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to say Dhalsim is not a comeback character because obviously Street Fighter 5 and 6 Dhalsim is a little more, can be more aggressive.
I was going to say, we saw what happened in the last game.
Yeah.
You'll never fool us again, Dhalsim.
So here we go, got the anti-air, even against Luke's jump attacks, and taking advantage of that burnout. Yeah, you see punch from behind over there. Oh, no.
And the trade right there. Again, Alexis Pinto waking up with the buttons from that distance, but this time Soul, he was just coming in with the overhead trying to get that last bit of damage.
All right, here we go. Match point for Soul VNG. Again, this is loser side bracket, so whoever wins this moves on, but the loser is eliminated. What a drill!
That's a way to call out a throw attempt.
Yeah, it wasn't even a fully true combo, but he still got the hits afterwards, and he'll take that for sure.
Yeah, it's one of the key things that Dhalsim does have defensively, right? He has a way to jump out and then immediately attack down to kind of call out opponent's throw attempts.
Yeah, as much as Dhalsim players hate dive kicks, he had the first one. So,
yeah, exactly.
Oh, gets out of there. Very advantageous here. Now look at all the screen, the real estate he has. Oh, he got him finally with that bait into the level 1.
Super smart from Alexis, too, because he had thrown Soul's parry attempts many a times there, but I thought he was going to spin the level 3, bro. Oh, he's going to spin it here.
Now. And that's it. Soul VNG is going to get the comeback here and eliminate Alexis Pinto from the tournament. But well done from Alexis Pinto, making it this far with the Dhalsim.
Absolutely, man. Great showing from Alexis, both yesterday in top 16 as well as today in top 8. Just came up a little bit short up against our modern warrior, Soul VNG, man, rocking the Luke, making the most. Again, we talked about it yesterday. It kind of takes him a game or so to get his bearings with the modern controls and the reactions, right? He really needs some intel on his opponent to make the most of it. And once he gets it, he gets those W's flowing. So great stuff to him.
Yeah. And, going back to that story that I wanted to tell.
Yeah, hit it.
So we all know Xiao Hai has some of the best reactions in the game.
Ridiculous.
Season 1 Street Fighter 5, he was Cammy DPing through fireballs all day and everything. And there was a recent stream, I forgot, it was like a team tournament or something like that, and someone was using Honda and trying to fight Xiao Hai.
Oh, boy.
Xiao Hai's jury. And every time he headbutt...
It was Goichi.
It was Goichi, that's every time he headbutt with Honda, Xiao Hai would DI it on reaction every single time. And Goichi's like, how do you beat him? His reactions are so good. And Dogura on the side's like, hit fierce.
Yeah.
And so he hit fierce, and all of a sudden the drive impact came out, and he punished it, and he did it again, and sure enough, Xiao Hai reacted with it again, and Goichi was like, oh.
Yeah.
But the reason why I tell that story is because that's kind of similar to modern, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how you have to, if you know the player is so hyper-focused on reacting to things, throw out things like, you could even, like, instead of drive rush, just drive parry in place, and if they just activate it because they think you're going to drive rush, you're going to build some meter and maybe even get a punish or something like that, That's
one of the things that I think is great about this game is that it exemplifies common ideas in Street Fighter and fighting games, but it puts them on a pedestal. Like, it displays them at a really, like, easy to understand and digestible level. Like you said, that has gone back in Street Fighter history forever, right? We always use it like against people with great reactions. You whiff the lights, you get them to maybe whiff a medium or a heavy button, and then you can whiff punish that. That's just take it to the upteenth degree with something like the headbutt and the drive impact, right? So I think it's great to get people to understand like concepts in fighting games that permeate throughout the entirety of it. So yeah, great stuff right there to Soul VNG. Moving on.
One of the most famous ones was people would react to the slight crouching animation when you threw a fireball.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
people would actually see the character crouch and jump, which is why people started doing fireball with light kick.
Yep.
It wasn't good enough to fake the fireball just by hitting light kick.
Yeah.
You had to do the quarter circle forward because you would see the little mini crouch that triggered people into jumping.
Yep.
And so that's why that became effective.
The guile throw animation is the classic, right? Like it kind of looks like his hands going to do the sonic boom. Like, yeah, there's been like little, deceptions like that throughout fighting games. So that's another one, man. And yeah, I really love that clip. Dogoro was like, just whiff a button, bro. Watch what happens when you whiff a button. Like, yeah, it's really cool. And using your opponent's strengths against them is like one of the most successful routes to go in fighting games. So definitely great stuff. I love that breakdown here. But good stuff to Soul VNG, utilizing those modern controls to get into the losers quarterfinals, where he's gonna have to face, who was I think Uriel, but either way, we'll get to that when we get to that. Of course, we still got one more losers round match to go in our top 8, our opening losers round, I should say, which is going to be Amigo Pool versus Rigama.
Yep, exactly. We lost MJ Gamma, but we still have RI Gamma here. And again, both of them. Oh yeah, see, I think I also hurt Rigama's heart too with the underscore comment. See,
I understand. We're underscore brothers. I'll send you the newsletter. Don't worry about it.
Fortunately, there's nobody else on the planet named Jay Chenzor, so that name is definitely a very unique one out there. So. But there we go. Yeah, it's going to be the DJ versus the Cammy. Now, I mean, we joked about mental stack fighter 6, right? Yeah. DJ is like the ultimate mental stack character because he's got the feints, he's got the jumping down light kick, his drive rushes as fast as possible. Like I said, whenever I use Cammy against DJ, I get destroyed. But like I said, that might be more a me problem than anything because, like I said, it's just I have such a hard time keeping track of all the options that he has that every one of them catches me off guard. So you have to be so hyper aware. So, like, for example, if DJ tries to cancel low strong into the feint Sobat kick, right? Dude, you're plus 10 in that situation. Yeah. Like, don't let him get away with that kind of thing, But it's easy to get frozen. But as long as you have the confidence and the knowledge, like, oh, he's minus this, you have more confidence to try to counter poke in those situations.
Well, before we get into how Rigama kind of deals with that and what knowledge checks he is aware of, let's see what he has to say about the set itself or just about being in CPT. I faced him in ranked a few times, and he's a very good player. Should be a fun match. Keeps it nice and cordial right there. I like it. It's respect shown for Amigo Pool. And Amigo Pool, he earned that respect, right? That's what we talked about yesterday, defeating MJ Gamma, one of the favorites, one of the staples of this scene, to kind of get into that winner's side top 16.
So he has to face off against the Gamma brothers.
Oh, he does. That's true. That's a good point.
R.I. Gamma's getting revenge for no. But of course, Rigama here. Rigama, MJ Gamma, no relations.
Probably not.
Yeah.
One Gamma down, one to go. That reminds me of something Tasty Steve would say. Shout out to Tasty Steve.
Yeah, and if he can beat them both, would that be a Gamma wave?
Oh, my Lord. I felt like I just got Stan H by Hulk.
All right, here we go. Amigo Pool with the DJ, gonna get hit by the combo. Cammy plus frames on all of her drill combos. It is her biggest strength that all of her B&Bs lead to the drill and pressure.
Oh, no, but that punish counter on the ankle kick from the Just Cool, you can see how much damage it nets DJ.
TJ's damage. Maybe that's what it stands for. He's a damage junkie, dude. Seriously.
For real. Mets is out here. Nice job recognizing the recovery, getting the anti-air before Amigo could fall with the button. Sobat's -6. -4, I think, when spaced perfectly. Not sure.
Perfect parry. And yeah, it goes get to the corner for the plus frames, but what a tech.
A
check with the raw back heavy kick check.
You think you got a quick drive rush? Apparently Cammy and Rigama saying different.
Yo, that's a heavy button check.
Yeah, like you see, oh my, again though, that's such a great space to use it at to get out of the range of the crouch medium kick and then punish the recovery of it. That is wild, man. But yeah, Rigama, you usually see the crouch medium punch come out as like a drive rush stuff tool for Cammy, right? I think it's got pretty good active frames for a medium button.
I like the drive parry.
Oh, no.
That's cool. Doesn't have to guess high or low, but perfect parry back throw. Yes, for sure. You want that corner position for sure.
You saw the neutral jump right there. Rigama, he looked like he was loaded up a DP, but knew he was going to get there too late. So great recognition in the moment.
Oh,
again! This time on the stand
man.
roundhouse. He drops it, though. We're going to parry the mix-up.
Oh,
and immediately
nice
anti-air the juggle point as well. What recognition.
Yeah, you can tell he's done that before, but you know what? Amigo Pool has definitely woken up with a super before.
Can I just say I love the speed of Street Fighter 6, man? My goodness, it is tough to keep up commentating and play-by-play with this game.
Dude, especially in between matches with how fast the rematch occurs.
That was so sick. Amigo waking up with a super at the end right there. Putting a round on the board for him as well.
I remember the first event I commentated Street Fighter 6. After the KO happened, I started talking about stuff like we normally do. And it was like back in the match. I was like, oh, wait, I got to cut this.
It's like you got 2 seconds to wrap up your point about the first game.
Yep.
Baby, indeed. He's trying to just space these sobot kicks, kind of harass Rigama a little bit. But yeah,
Caught the just cool at the tip.
Exactly. What adjustment in spacing from Rigama, right, to get close enough before using that crouch medium kick to even catch the pullback. Right there, he almost got caught again using the roundhouse. I mean, he's like, he loves it. He's like, yeah, this is netting me a lot of damage so far. I'm going to keep looking for these just cools, but instead the perfect parries. On the light strings, I want to see more parry attempts. That is something that people haven't, explored heavily yet. But I know it's coming.
Yeah, we'll get.
Oh,
you almost
that was
never
messed up.
see it. Yes.
That was like drive rush into a burnout OD spin knuckle. Like there was a lot of visuals on the screen at once.
Yeah.
Like it was green, yellow, gray. Like I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to stop, go. What is going on here?
Yeah, the fact that she burned herself out almost made it harder to catch.
Legit.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even playing about that. Like there was a lot of visual stuff going on right there. It is very easy to get lost in the lights in a situation like that.
Oh man, nicely done. Now I'm gonna burn myself with that all the time, dude.
And hey, great calculations from Rigama, right? If you're gonna kill with that hit, it's a risk that's worthy to take sometimes, for sure.
Yeah, so there you go. Rigama taking that game over DJ. So again, it's just nicely done so far. So. Oh, man.
100%, man. Definitely. I love the way both players are actually playing that matchup. And great adjustment for Rigama not to keep getting clipped by that just cool spacing, right? Like that was definitely what Amigo was kind of relying on early on in the set. Net some great damage. He gets punish counters out of it a lot of the time. And we'll also talk about Cammy's love pressing those buttons, right? The crouch medium kick goes super far. The stand roundhouse just chunks your drive meter when it's blocked. So it's buttons they like to press. But, of course, specifically the stand roundhouse can also get drive impacted. So I know Cammy's are pretty careful about pressing that button. They don't get reckless with it.
It's funny, too, because Cammy actually kind of has a just cool in her forward heavy kick. But nobody ever uses it because it's like -12 on block. So it can be drive canceled, so it's expensive, right? And if it doesn't punish counter, you don't really get anything off of it.
Gotcha.
But she's got one. But I've always said, like, one buff I want for Cammy is that they just remove that move so I can walk forward and hit heavy kick.
What's cool about, like, Cammy right now in the high-level meta is that you're starting to see her get busted open a little bit because obviously her buttons, her walk speed, her dive kick, all of that is so solid that like a lot of the players that play them are also fundamentally solid.
Yes.
So they're just like, I'm going to rely on this. I'm going to rely on my footsies, my walk speed, throwing a dive kick here and there, and that's going to be enough to give me great results. Now they're starting to really bust her open. Like I saw Hurricane today at a versus fighting. Like he started having the sick baits where he would do like jab into hooligan to dodge drive impacts and stuff like that. Yeah, I got to show you that clip during the break. That was OD. Okay. So they're really starting to bust open the hooligan setups and the different type of dirty mix-ups you can get into with that character.
I'm team hooligan, dude. That's all I do.
I'll show you that clip. It's ridiculous.
I keep trying to use the hooligan because, again, like, I mean, Cammy is clearly a stronger character than Kimberly, right?
Sure.
But Kimberly is like gimmicky. She's got a lot of things like that. That works for me.
Absolutely.
Well, if you play Cammy, you got to be fundamental, and I don't got that.
Bro,
okay?
you got to know your strengths as a player. You got to be honest with yourself. 100%. I know world champions, bro. I got a couple of examples for you. I was talking to Latif out there in Gamers 8, right? He was like, the characters I like to pick, like Zato and Strive, or like in this game, he's been playing Cammy. He wants these characters that are going to be in your face and have great mix-ups because he was like, my neutral's not that great. Like, he should have said that. He's like, my neutral's not that great, so I need characters with setups to open up the opponent. That's the same thing with Kazunoko going back to facing Daigo. Right? He was like, I picked Yun so I can dive kick. Like, I don't have to play footsies with Daigo. He's better at that than me.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
When he first showed up to Street Fighter, it was in Canada. I remember that. He was brand new, and he said, I'm going to learn Yun because I don't have neutral.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's for real, for real. And look, he won Capcom Cup.
Right, exactly.
Like, you got to know your strengths and weaknesses as a player, and you got to be honest with yourself.
Yep, exactly. Counter hit right there, keeping some people honest right now. Ooh. There it is, that just cool again. Great spacing from Amigo Pool.
Yeah, this is great stuff from Amigo, but just as I say that, gets clipped low. Get a nice try to bait something out, and the delayed up kicks caught him walking back in.
Okay, so just a tiny bit of life for Rigama. Does he have a... Oh, my goodness. Just air to air. Yeah, exactly. Not sure what got Rigama to neutral jump, but that was a great response.
People like neutral jumping in this game, right? Because of like drive rush and drive impact. There's it's spin knuckle specifically for Cammy as well. Like there's a lot of things that take you forward and that you commit to. So you'll see the neutral jumps thrown out as a fishing tool every now and then, as you can see there.
Just right there. Yep, exactly. Oh, no, you threw too early, and so now you're going to get punished countered back. But Amigo Pool spending a lot of that drive gauge. He's very low. Oh, but he gained a lot with that parry.
I can't believe he parried. I can't believe it wasn't a perfect parry.
Right.
Like, I thought that like the lateness on that was almost perfectly timed.
And, you know, it's easier to do that with flash kicks.
Yes.
To stop the drive rush cancels. So, but that's definitely something we're going to see more at higher levels in the future as well.
That's that street light interaction, bro. You show me green, I show you yellow.
Yeah, exactly.
Slow that down.
Boy. Here we go. Yep.
Uh-huh.
The start there.
I love that starter.
Okay.
I'm going to let the drive meter come back here. Rigama trying to close out this by holding on to some meter. Oh, tick throw will put him even closer to death, but Amigo still has a chance here. Oh, it is death. I thought he was going to be on a pixel.
Right?
My goodness, well done. Great calculations.
Yeah, again, corner situation. So scary here. I swear, you know, with Capcom putting in drive impacts and allowing throw loops to rock, they don't want you to be in the corner, man.
Yeah,
they wanted you to not want to be in the corner really badly.
The corner is a dangerous area. And that is, again, the parry attempt getting thrown right there. Great establishment from Amigo.
Oh, back throw. And wants to put him in the corner. Just like we said, there's those neutral jumps again.
Yeah, they haven't really paid off so far, but I mean, all it takes is one, right? And if Rigama's not going to be punishing you for it, then why not, right?
And again, Cammy.
Oh, no! Tried a neutral jump of his own. Had to block the drive impact as he landed, wasn't ready for it.
Interesting. That's usually a safe jump with that down light kick. I'm not sure what happened there, why I missed.
That's a little strange. I believe that's -3 off the OD low kick. That's why he didn't immediately press his offense again, but Rigama respecting anyway.
Fake drive. You see Parry maybe was trying to bait out an EX up kicks or something.
Yeah, some people will do that. They'll stay on the other side of the screen, show you the parry.
But now the problem is, Amigo, oh no, you dropped the combo. You dropped the combo and you're going to die because of it. Oh.
And even with the burnout, she was just so close that it was still very punishable. Amigo, puts her on life support. Wakes up with a level 3, saw the fade fireball. Oh, you have fallen for my trap card indeed.
Dude, that's almost like the times when, you know, Goken threw the up fireball and you jump into it.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel bad. And so when you see that, and it's just like, man.
That was a quick little play action sleight of hand right there. It's like, oh, you thought I was throwing the air slasher. Great stuff. And yeah, I mean, up against Cammy specifically with that really fast level 3, that is a great time to do it. Well done. I mean, that's just one of the things that goes back to making DJ a strong character, right? That fireball fade, very tricky to deal with, man. A lot of the times you're trying to commit to counter that option, whether it's via something that's projectile invincible, whether you're trying to react with a jump. All those things are heavy commitment options, right? So if you ever fall into that trap, Mans gets a huge punish.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just mentally it's devastating when that happens to you. But see if Rigama can recover from that.
Quick little jabs again, check in on the other side here. Oh, and then the parry attempt gets tossed. Amigo Pool's been so on point with that. Oh, that was an impactful whiff punish, even if he didn't get a combo off of it.
Right. Just the sound effect, the screen shake and everything. I love it.
Oh, wow. The crouch medium kick. That looked like the sweet spot, right? Where like the active windows to cancel were gone.
Right.
Gets the save jump. Rigama going down here.
Yeah, I mean, again, one of the things that you got to do when you study other characters, you got to know their safe jumps, man, because otherwise you're going to DP and die just like that.
Exactly, right. You just got to hold that. I know it feels bad holding safe jumps, right? You can try to perfect parry. That's an option at least you have in this game, but yeah, man, it's just one of those things that you have to deal with.
It is interesting that that perfect parry exists because it's really the first time there's ever been a real answer to safe jumps for characters without armor moves. But obviously, if they can empty jump and throw you, etc., etc.
That's part of the brilliance of the game, right? Is that there's still not a complete answer to it because there is counterplay by the person jumping in.
Oh, speaking of that perfect parry, there we go. gets the forward throw, drive rushes in there, and you see Rigama with his own parry. He's trying to perfect parry. No, you touched the button, and now you are eating a level 3. Is this going to burn out? It's not a critical art, so going to be just shy of burning out. Yeah, you see right there, just a tiny bit left, but it's gone. Have fun now in the corner dealing with fireballs and stuff. What an air to
and then the OD up kicks immediately. My man Amigo Pool has not been afraid to let that joint rip.
I mean, look, it was smart because as soon as it's one of those situations, it's like Rigama down in life. He's burned out. He actually gets the knockdown. And it's like, this is my moment. I need my comeback. Yeah. And those are the best time to throw out those wake up DPs when your opponent is like when they do the thing, you know, the meme where the guy leans forward in the chair.
Yeah,
like
exactly,
that's where you DP them, basically. As soon as you know they lean forward, that's it.
Especially when the opponent has been on defense for so long, like it was in Rigama's case there, right? Like you're like, finally, I get a chance at my offense. A lot of the time, players aren't going to want to give up that turn to try to bait something out. So perfect read from Amigo Pool right there.
Exactly. Whoa, back medium punch traded with that neutral jump, medium kick. Oh, caught him at the toes. Okay, here we go. Had him spike, and now meaty drive impact, the classic.
You know this, man, one of the most successful times to do the drive impact.
Ooh, too far away after that Sobat fake, the Sobat feint. But again, the wake up kicks finding its mark. And that right there, you see, is the only weakness of DJ's double fireball. I mean, it is slow. You can jump over it and punish him, but if you drive parry it, you actually gain a net positive on the drive parry against the projectile.
Gotcha, yeah. I was just looking up the frame data on the Just Cool Low from DJ. Yeah, -3 regular, -2 on OD. So, yeah, we just seen Rigama kind of miss some opportunities there last time around.
Could also be spacing range or something like that. We'd have to go back to the tapes and take a look.
Oh, that's what you were talking about right there, the feint that DJs like to sneak in. That's not real. It definitely minus frames at that point. But speaking of which, we got perfect parries on deck. Rigama, trying to put his opponent in the corner.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go with the heavy drill combo in that situation. It definitely gets a lot of corner carry in that situation. Speaking of heavy drill, there it is. Tries to go for the meaty crouch heavy punch, but again, the wake up EX up kicks from Amigo Pool. He is not scared.
Oh, and then the ascending jump down light kick right there.
Dude, it's so good.
Oh, actually did not get punished for that drive rush attempt. Thankful to the speed of DJ right there.
Caught him again.
Oh, Rigama, he's tired of this. All these Just Cool feints, all this trying to get out of my crouch medium kick range. I'll do a little dash to proceed it to make sure you get executed.
Exactly. It's like, this is not cool, okay? So
yeah, not cool at all, bro.
So Rigama ties it up 2-2 now. So this is a really, really close one here. And again, the loser of this is eliminated from the tournament. Winner moves on the loser side. Ooh, this is it. Down to a 1-out-of-1 match here.
Man, yeah, this is crazy. This is for a Capcom Cup 10 spot, right? That is the $2 million prize pool, the milli for first place, life-changing money to say the least. You can see all kinds of online premieres going down as well as those offline ones on your screen right now in Singapore and France coming up in October and November respectively. But let's get it, man. Who's going to be moving in to losers round 2? Will it be Amigo Pool or Rigama? Both players here playing their butts off. Oh, you see
I know.
The Game 5 nerves, right? The Game 5 tension. I love seeing that in players. Like, they're always, like, balls to the wall to start the first 4 games. And then when it's the set's on the line, let's take a second here. Let's be a little bit more timid.
They're just like, who's going to act first? But Rigama with a great start. See that drive rush into the Just Cool to try to fake out a DP or something. Again, look how far that medium punch hits when he drive rushes like that.
For real, he pressed it so early. Hit her with the ash. That was wild.
Oh, man. There it is again. Oh, good block on the overhead.
Tries to parry, but it's still the same frames, right? But, I mean, it was negative. So, again, Rigama just can't find his rhythm right now.
Yeah, but he gets out of there, but has to burn himself in order to do it. And so now the interesting part is when they're burned out, it does make the opponent almost a little too antsy to get in, and sometimes you could take advantage of that. Oh, but he burns him out too. He baits out the super. He made it. Oh, is that going to kill? Oh, it's enough. It was the level 1. So I wasn't sure, but yeah, you're thinking he's going to go jab fierce into spin knuckle and try to wall splat you. And so you saw Amigo pull again. Level 1 has no invincibility, so we went with the level 2. So he had to spend 2 bars and still got baited and killed.
And remember, we talked about, nice job with the driver's jab, cutting him off on the cutoff attempt from Rigama.
Yeah.
But Rigama also, he got baited into that earlier, right, with the up kicks when he was a little bit too thirsty to keep his offense going. So I love the fact that he holstered right there, baited it out even in burnout.
Oh, well, it looks like. Oh, speaking of baiting out. Oh, man, this is going to hurt so much. Can he kill without the.
Oh, level 1 puts him on life support here, and I'll take that trade all day, every day. We are in a final round scenario.
Ooh, so it is. Now it's not just a 1-out-of-1 game. It's a 1-out-of-1 round. However, Rigama coming in here with 2 bars versus Amigo pulls 1 bar. Oh, empty jump in the throw. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, 100% right there, right? Usually you try to see a button press, take advantage that way, but this time does catch the throw attempt with a button. Oh, no punish on the neutral jumps. Amigo's been getting away with that. Rigama has the corner now, though.
Throw loops time. Oh, he went for it again.
Oh, but he didn't have the DP ready. Yeah.
Didn't have the autocorrect. Oh, dive kicks in there. He's going to go for the level 3. Yep. Spend that bar to get that EX dive kick for the launch. This is not going to kill, but you have the advantage. You have meter. You can drive rush right in there.
Amigo's got to be so right for the rest of the game here. Try to bait out something with the drive rush crouch jab.
This is such a difficult situation for Amigo Pool now. DJ does dish out a lot of damage, but again, Cammy isn't the low health character she was in 5. Here's a great start. Gets the knockdown towards the corner.
Yeah, but going with the trying to bait something out. You saw the parry, but didn't want to walk up and throw. Good stuff from Rigama not holding it, to be fair.
Oh, he's trying to bait something out, but when you're trying to bait out from that far, she can't really do anything to the fireball. Goes in with the low, but it is minus.
Yeah, respects it.
But now Chip is a danger.
Oh, yeah, you got to be ready for the level 2, right? That's why she didn't do anything after the stand fears. Waited for the level 2 in response. Amigo didn't give it, but did jump, and Rigama lying in wait perfectly right there. Well done.
God, what a smart way to close that out. Was just like, I'm going to standing fierce and then do nothing. Because you're going to try to super my spin knuckle as soon as I do that. And so good stuff, smart way to play that, and then just got Amigo Pool to jump and basically let him hang himself.
Yeah, when you're in that position, right, as Amigo Pool, you don't want to stay on the ground because that is where you're most likely going to get chipped. So you hear that little devil on your shoulder again, right? It's encouraging you to jump and wants to prevent you from dying, but often that ends up being a trap and leading you into a vulnerable situation, and Rigama was ready for it.
Yeah, one of the biggest weaknesses that you'll see a lot from players, who are learning Street Fighter is when your opponent has a little bit of health, you get a little eager to finish them off. But a lot of times the best thing to do is to let them hang themselves, honestly.
Yeah, there's going to be so little options that they can really go about trying to survive with that often it ends up exposing them to something that you can counter. And right there, that's exactly what we saw. So well done from Rigama.
Oh, God, that bait was so gross. Oh, man.
That was definitely ill. You got to be careful when you bait and burn out like that in that situation, though, because the level 3s do so much chip in this game. You got to make sure that you have enough life to survive blocking the super. That is a scary situation to think about. But yeah, Rigama doing a great job. You see the damage output at DJ, by the way, on display as always. Level 1 finisher right there. Clean as can be. And just wait.
Yeah.
Anti-air. Perfect Street Fighter play right there from Rigama.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. And so, unfortunately, that does mean Amigo Pool is out of the tournament, tied for 7th place. But that means Rigama still alive, still has a chance to get to that grand finals. But the next person he's got to go through is Roger FGC.
Indeed. But, the good news for Amigo Pool is that the Capcom online premieres are not the only way to qualify for Capcom Cup 10, are they, James?
No, we've also got the World Warrior events as well. In particular, in this case, it'll be the Panama Fighters League. So again, check them out at Fighters507 on Twitter for all the information and how to register. Building up points. First place gets you 50 points. Second place gets you 40, etc. every week. And you then go qualify for a finals playoff, and the winner of that gets into Capcom Cup. So again, there's 26 regions, obviously, not just the Central America West. So there's going to be 26 qualifiers from these World Warriors. Check out CapcomProTour.com for more information on the World Warrior events.
Yeah, and if you're a viewer that are like, where are all these World Warrior events happening? Well, like James said, right, it's the Panama Fighters League for Central America West, and there's various streams that are going on to represent their regions. We want to highlight the actual streamers of those regions, right? I believe OG On is handling a lot of the East Coast U.S. events. I know Level Up Live handled the Canada West one, right? We saw on Wednesday Night Fights. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff to explore. It's a way to get to know the FGC as a community, as a greater whole, right? So definitely love what the World Warrior system is doing. We'll be right back after we thank some of our people that are making this happen with more action. Do not go anywhere.
Street Fighter 6.
Fighting is an art. And this is our canvas. Here, we flex our style, our passion, our creativity, our skills. We come here to break rules, to bend minds, to change the game. This is where we make an impression. This is where we make our masterpiece.
Street Fighter 6.
Available now.
Objection! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power.
That sizzle, that's the soundtrack of Chipotle.
The soundtrack of Chipotle?
Oh yeah. You come in, you're gonna be hearing that sizzle. That's how you know that we always have fresh food.
Fresh is what you stand for.
Exactly.
We are here with Panama Fighters' very own Greenkraken. What's up with you, Green?
Hey, how you doing, man? Very, very happy to be with you guys here, discussing what's coming next, right, on for Capcom Pro Tour. So, yeah, I mean, cheers from Panama.
Can you tell us a little bit about Panama Fighters League and what your role is with that and where this all got started?
Well, it started about 10 years ago, right? Be honest with you, back in the Street Fighter 4 days, I met my wife, right, playing Street Fighter, right, on an online match, and then we started, putting things together, and we founded Panama Fighters League, which actually started as a group of guys that were just getting together every Thursday trying to play fighting games.
So when you met your wife, did you have on like a small workout shirt like you have on right now? Is that how you got her?
Not really, bro. She was playing Cameo, right? And I was doing Cody, and then she beat me 3-1, and I was like, wow. I don't feel. I mean, yeah, because it hurt. Damn. And then I asked her like, hey, can we rematch? And then she was like, all right, if you want to. And then we went 3-3, right? So she was like, hey, I believe we should take this to offline because online, I mean, we're not really certain about who's going to win this thing.
It's getting serious when it's going offline.
Exactly, and then we put together a little venue, and then I met her, and then we played like maybe, 3 matches. Then we went outside and we talked all night.
That's amazing, bro.
I cannot believe this. This interview started out as the success story that is Panama Fighters, but that is the biggest success story I've ever heard in the history of fighting games. That you actually met your wife through online Street Fighter matchmaking. That's actually incredible.
I always tell people I owe a lot to fighting games, not just fun and good times, but also my current life and my relationship. I owe it to fighting games as well.
So I'm sure that feels amazing, but with Panama Fighters now also, getting a lot more official recognition through Capcom, can you tell us a little bit how it feels about Panama Fighter and that players who compete in the tournament series that you work to prop up are actually going to be competing in Capcom Cup?
Oh man, it feels truly great. I really appreciate all the effort, the love, and also all the confidence, right, that everybody has put into us. And on Street Fighter 6, I've seen so many people leveling up this quick that I'm truly amazed. As I was telling Doomsnake the other day, I don't believe this top 8 for this Street Fighter 6 first season is going to be anywhere near what we saw in Street Fighter 5. It's going to be totally different. There's so many new guys around, so I'm truly excited about all this.
None other than man's like Greenkraken from Panama Fighters League. Absolutely beautiful region. And my man's had the most beautiful story, the most beautiful Street Fighter love story ever told. Greenkraken. Much love, brother.
Man, shout outs to the boss. Love can blossom even on a digital battlefield. My man's Greenkraken. That is a wild story to find out about. But yeah, many blessings to him and his wife. That is a beautiful story, 100% right there.
I hate him. No,
okay. Oh man, me and James were talking about it. We were like, I definitely see a lot of people being like, that should be me. That should be me. When am I gonna meet my significant other on Street Fighter 6 matchmaking? Don't worry, bro. It's probably gonna be a bad matchup. Like in terms of the characters, you're not gonna have fun. Trust me.
Yeah.
But either way, we shall see how it all goes. Greenkraken, of course, congrats to you and the loved one. But let's get our top 8 rocking and rolling here, right? We have our winners final set. It is Kusanagi versus Grand Totakai, and we are gonna get to that losers round 2 action imminent. definitely it's going to be Uriel Valerio versus Soul VNG, and then Roger FGC going up against Rigama on the other side.
Yeah, so Uriel, of course, just having lost to Grand Totakai. Soul VNG with that modern Luke taking out Alexis Pinto. But let's see if Uriel has any sort of strategies to fight against this modern Luke, because again, we definitely saw that come to play in a couple of the Dhalsim teleports in the last match. And but we also saw him, with that level 2 that one time because he reacted to something that didn't happen. So let's see if there's any attempts to bait that out here.
Yeah, and I was recently watching FGC_birds on Twitch. That is the Big Bird and Angry Bird stream. And Angry Bird said that he believes JP and Luke to have the best buttons in the game. So we shall see how Uriel Valerio kind of maneuvers around that, right? He's definitely got some advantages, he being Luke in this instance, on Ken on the ground. But he doesn't have a full access to his kit, right? Because he's in modern controls.
Right. Interesting. I mean, actually, now that I think about it, Soul VNG goes for that route a lot. And now that I think about it, it might be a limitation of modern. I have to remember what he loses in modern here. Because I remember Luke actually doesn't lose much. He's almost like he was specifically designed to be a modern controls kind of character.
I could definitely see them putting a little bit more care into his modern control scheme just because he's like the new poster boy, right? Like he's like very much the modern Ryu in terms of like the Shoto style. So
exactly. Oh, there we go. Fake the throw loop instead. Got the meaty, and there's a throw. Now another throw. Yep, he went for it, but good tech.
I mess with that, bro. Throw until they tech. Throw until you make me not throw.
Exactly.
Oh, reacts at the end. Well done from Soul VNG right there.
Oh, boy, man. Okay. I mean, again, that's not modern. That's that's the same reaction that we all got to have.
Exactly.
So nicely done right there.
No privilege there, fam.
Oh, that's reaction. No fireballs for you.
I was going to say, there's the privilege that we were talking about.
No soup for you. Oh, my God. All right. So now you got to think about this, right? If he shows you that, now how are you going to open up your own fireball game at this point? You're going to have to do the, fakes.
Yeah. And maybe he'll try to look for some type of meaty setups with the projectile, right? So make sure it's on top of him. So even if he busts out with the level 1, he'll still get hit.
Yeah, but we're not seeing, so the one thing that we're not seeing from Uriel Valerio is just whipping some jabs or something like that from the fireball range, right?
Exactly. Like even right there, I was expecting him to throw one, but he just sees the green reaction with his own level 3.
If they've got that meter over there, they can still cancel the drive rush, so it's very risky if they have that level 3 stocked up and ready to go.
Deletes so much of his life right there. Burns him out as well, but he got thirsty for the drive impact. This is a huge opportunity for Soul. Burns Ken out now as well.
But Soul just gained the level 1. He just gained it. Not enough to kill. But Chip is a threat. And what?
The modern controls, baby, reacting to the Dragon Lash. Get that out my face.
Oh my God. Yeah, he was just sick. Like, you know what? No, I am modern.
I am the modern man.
Yeah, exactly.
Eat your heart out, Steve Austin. He was the $6 Million Man, right? That's an old reference. I never watched that show.
Oh, the $6 Million Man?
Yeah, wasn't his name Steve Austin? That's where I thought Stone Cold got it from.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. You know what? I know that show is... I mean,
nobody knows what the hell I'm talking about anyway.
That show was my time. I mean, I know what you were talking about, but I never watched it.
Gotcha, yeah.
It's too busy watching the modern shows like Bewitched and, and
was it all I Dream of Jeannie?
Oh, yeah, I Dream of Jeannie. No,
I love I Dream of Jeannie.
Bewitched is better. So.
Oh, word?
Elizabeth Montgomery? Oh,
I was a sucker for the nose twitch.
Oh, okay.
I'll give it up.
I mean, Bewitched, Elizabeth Montgomery, probably my first celebrity crush.
Oh,
I'll admit it.
Shout out. I was a Sabrina the Teenage Witch. That was kind of my era, you know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
But here we go, Soul VNG. Oh, yeah, the light string on the lows, always opening up the opponents, trying to walk back. You can see it right there, Uriel. Great conversion off of the stand hard kick. Stand heavy kick. Shouts to Tasty Steve for giving me to say hard kick.
We just blame everything on Tasty Steve. That's how it works. So,
the good and the bad.
Oh. Again, that standing heavy punch from Ken is like one of the best shimmy tools there is. And here we go. Soul VNG finally goes for the flash knuckle sequence right there.
And just put the meaty stand fierce on him. Actually timed it so he got the counter hit on Uriel. But, oh, no, Uriel again trying to press stuff on these drive rushes.
Oh, no, he didn't get the... Oh, actually, he didn't need it. Okay. I was like, he missed the perfect... Oh, wait, that's right.
Yeah.
Luke has about 7,000 combo routes in the corner.
All good.
Oh, try to sneak that in there. Oh, and he's got a good heavy punch for Shimias as well.
Again, the level 1 as soon as the fireballs come out, bro, just deleting them.
Again, that's 6 frames. He has the fastest level 1. I don't think there's anyone that's faster than 6 frames. I think DJ's is just as fast, but it starts deleting projectiles in 6 frames, dude. So that thing is hella fast.
Yeah, like the fireball already has to be on top of his face for it to not come out.
Well, here we go. A level 3 from Uriel. Cashing out right here. Trying to get to round number 2. That just evens up the life, though.
Yeah, so, just DPs through it. He was going to get burned out from the chip anyway, so he's like, instead of parrying, I'm just going to DP through it, bro.
That's really smart. Okay. Back to this neutral here, and this is good for SolVNG because he's building a lot of that gauge back. But that heavy kick was punishable, and Uriel did not take advantage. Woo! Oh, no.
Bro, the fireballs are getting checked by the modern controls. We have learned via level 1, and now level 3 will make sure you do not forget it.
Right, and so like I said, this is not something that you had to worry about as much with a lot of the modern Street Fighters, right?
Yeah.
So back in the day, faking fireball was such an important thing, and that is a skill that we learned, and I feel like this is something that Uriel's got to pick up now. He's got to do the quarter circle forward, nothing motions, because the hard thing is you can't quarter circle forward light kick because you come out with the Jinrai instead, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
But you can quarter circle forward nothing, or maybe even just whiff some jabs or something like that.
Do like a down forward into a jab, you know what I mean? Like something that will simulate the motion but won't actually be a quarter circle forward. Yeah, like definitely something along those lines. But right now, because he's getting caught, he's getting clipped by these modern control supers.
Yep.
And great stuff. This is exactly why you pick this scheme, right? If you want to just kind of sit back, play a solid footsie game, and react to everything that your opponent doing, I mean, that could be the ideal control scheme to go for.
Yeah, I mean, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, it takes away the execution, da-da-da-da. I mean, it's really not that much. That's not the advantage of modern controls. The advantage of modern controls is just the speed at which you can do everything,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
1 frame, button press, level 1. I don't have to go, like that's the biggest advantage right there. In fact, in the past, some of my balance change ideas for older games like Alpha 3, I always said, just add double quarter circle back before you have to do custom combos. And that changes how custom combos are entirely,
Yeah, it's something that I think we don't talk about on commentary enough. And to be fair, it's a very hard thing to recognize in the moment. But sometimes people get hit in the middle of inputting an input. You know what I mean? Like in the middle of doing their motions, like sometimes people get hit. And that's something that you have to worry about way less on modern controls, right? Because it's just like a direction and a button or just a button itself. So because of that, I mean, that's one of the kind of little windows that people get clipped in that kind of get the lead into modern control, something you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, one of the most famous ones is when you see someone jump and at the last second they get hit by the jump attack when they crouch.
Yeah,
it's because they were trying to DP and they hit the button a little too late.
Exactly.
So that's like one of the most famous ones for sure.
So that's just one of those things that SolVNG doesn't really have to worry about, right? And that's another thing that kind of frees up space in your mental game, right? That's another advantage of it, that a lot of the time when you don't have to dedicate all this brain power to being super on point with your reactions and inputting this motion as soon as you see something, when you can kind of just reliably be like, okay, like if I see something, boom, right? That just kind of gives you a sense of confidence. It lets you worry about other things and just kind of let your reactions take the driver, the wheel.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, like, even when I'm burned out and I want a level 1 super or drive impact, like, I'll pump the super, and then they don't do it, but then half a second later they do it, and I'm like, it's too late to do another one. Yeah, so it definitely affects you.
And you could telegraph, right? When you're buffering like that, you're telegraphing what you're doing to the opponent. And like you said, then the opponent can tailor their timings around when they don't have to worry about that. So that's another thing that modern schemes, you don't have to do that. You don't have to, like, buffer super in emotion and make yourself predictable. So great stuff to Soul so far. And Uriel, yeah, he's gonna have to figure something out. He can't rely on these fireballs like you usually would as Ken, right? Like even as a poke from that range, like it's just not as viable as a strategy.
Yeah, and again, don't forget, that's the reason why modern controls are only penalized on special moves and supers for 80% damage there. They lose 20% of their damage. Now, the interesting thing about this is I feel like we need to play more modern controls because who knows, maybe the 20% turns out to not be enough of a deficit, or it might be too much, right? Like we need to figure this out. So hopefully we have more people continuing to explore the modern controls.
Yeah, and I really love, the point that you brought up a while ago. That I have to imagine was a DP first, and then he just got the crouch fears. So, yeah, unfortunate for Uriel right now. He's paying heavily, especially with that suppressor open up to follow up. Oh, no. The meaty drive impact. That was a 3-touch round, fam. Try again next time.
Off of one EXDP bait, even if he hadn't had the
okay,
execution.
Luke. Oh, okay, Luke. I didn't know my man had moves like that. That's how we getting down in Paris?
Oh, man. Okay. And, I mean, this is a tough one. Can Uriel recover? Because that's a mentally tough round to lose for Uriel. Can he recover for this? He is not rolling back, by the way, off of those throws.
Nah, he wants to stay close to get that crouch medium kick that we just saw. Gets the corner carry off of it as well. Tried to throw bait, but Uriel, you cannot test this man's reactions. He is ready.
He's on modern controls again. It's like, that's the thing. And this is the tricky part, right? Because the nice thing about having modern controls, hang on a second. Oh, that's it right there.
Domination in game 3.
Here's the problem, right?
Man.
One of the reasons why some people can have trouble reacting with a DI, as SolVNG 3-0s Uriel over here, is that DI is a completely different move. Your brain is not on DI. Sometimes you're not thinking about it. But the problem is when you're on modern controls and you you're thinking about that super all day. You're like, I'm going to react to a fireball. I'm going to react to this. Your finger's like right there ready to push those buttons. So when the drive impact comes out, the guy's like, I was going to do this anyway, and then you hit the buttons. And so you don't get that surprise mechanic as much against them. So you don't want to test somebody's reaction to drive impact when they're modern and they have those level 1s all stored up, ready to go.
Man, when you say your brain's not on DI, I immediately thought of this is your brain on DI. Just like the eggs cracking in the frying pan.
Yeah.
I was like, that's about right. 100%.
Oh, man.
Good stuff to SolVNG, though. He's going to be in loser semifinals, so top 4. So he is in the money. So at least, if he doesn't qualify for Capcom Cup at 10, he is getting paid today and then takes his talents to the World Warrior events, of course. But right now, he's looking good, waiting the winner of the other side of losers quarterfinals.
That's right. So if we take a little look at the bracket over here.
I believe we just saw it. I believe it was Rigama. It's Rigama versus Roger, if I recall correctly, because I knew Roger was going to be facing either the DJ or the Cammy. So it is going to be Rigama versus Roger FGC right here. Another explosive match in tow is going to be Rashid versus Cammy. Can't wait to see this one, bruv.
Yep, and like we said, we haven't seen a lot of the Rashid lately. I mean, not lately because he just came out, right? But we haven't seen as much of Rashid because obviously people still learning him and such. But that's
these are high stakes tournaments that have been going, right? Like Evo and Gamers 8, and now a qualification into Capcom Cup. Like these aren't tournaments where people try out these characters that they're unsure of. So that's another reason why we're not seeing as much Rashid as you might expect it.
Yeah, but like I said, they're just going to keep getting better. The elegance of the mix-ups are going to get better. And here's the crazy thing is we don't even see a lot of Rashids using that air jump move a lot.
Yeah, definitely not.
People are going to start finding some probably dirty stuff with that.
Nasty stuff for
kind of can't wait, and at the same time, I'm scared of it. But here we go, Rigama with a perfect parry to start. So Rigama has definitely been using drive parry a lot more than. Look at that! It just burns out at 92 seconds left.
Legit, you invested a lot, then he got punished for it, and then punished. Wild stuff right here. Rigama just running right back while Roger had no answer, right? No meter to pop off with. He was just locked in the corner at this point. Level 1 as well. Not going to give him a chance to play this round. Oh, okay, you got one chance. A pixel of a chance. How much magic you got in that bad boy?
All right. Oh, I was just about to start going da 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 da, but nope, not going to happen.
Nah, that's a raw barbarian right there. No magic to be found, bro.
Nope. that's a legit perfect right there because I don't even think he blocked the special move at all. Because remember, you don't take. Oh, he did it again.
Wow.
Dude, okay, see, now this is where we start entering third strike territory where you have to stagger your buttons a little bit. So
You do, man. Like the way the meta is going to revolve or evolve, I should say, around the parries and how people use them is going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Put out a tornado. Oh, you see the enhanced run right there. Just to get close and get the throw.
Kicks it at him, gets an enhanced, plus frames, goes for the buttons instead of the throw.
I love the little leftover tornado and the fact that you still get enhanced specials for that. I think that's so cool.
Good. I mean, like I said, I mean, the glow up on the wind coolness. Oh, yeah. Oh, no!
The burnout bully game right here. Yeah, nice stuff.
The glow up on how the wind enhanced stuff works in this game compared to 5 is so good.
Yeah, my man posing for the stream right there. He's trying to get his sub count up. I see you, dog.
Oh, man. Don't do it, Rashid. It's a tough life out there.
Oh, the reset right there. That was super clean. We saw Roger bust that out in winter semis. He catches Rigama slipping. Yeah, I mean, was he missing the meaty or was he baiting the parry?
Right.
Either way, he took advantage of it.
Oh, and what a great start for Rigama getting that perfect, but it doesn't matter. Roger comes back 2 rounds in a row as Rashid blows away his camera and chases it down.
That was a slugfest right there, bro. But remember, Rashid don't mind that too much. We talked about the 7-frame crouch medium kick. That's a really good button in a scrambly situation like that. And just in general, he was picking every right option.
Yeah. So there you go. Again, like I said, it's just going to get harder and harder to fight against Rashid. And some people out there have already said, based on potential, he's a top-tier character. But again, I mean, even if he is a top-tier character, he's not going to be significantly stronger or maybe not even stronger at all than a lot of the other top-tier. Again, balance in this game is so good.
Yeah, it's wild to really witness, right?
Especially for a game that just released like 2 months ago, dude. Like,
yeah,
to have the balance be this good is insane.
It's very, very impressive showing from the development team, 100%.
Oh, nice go under, but again, that standing medium punch.
Wow.
Connecting at max range doesn't give you any combos.
The vertical hitbox on that one. And he actually caught the recovery of the parry. I guess he had input back in parry rather than down back in parry, so he got caught low. That was unfortunate for Rigama right there. But, man, these perfect parries have been a huge aid.
Oh, this is going to be huge here. Yes, punish counter gets... No,
bro. Oh, my goodness. He was like, I can't believe this. I'm going to keep pressing buttons. There's no way that whiffed.
So what happens
heartbreaker.
is that is the proper punish counter. But as I've said, for Cammy, one of her biggest weaknesses will always be her drive rush. She loses momentum at towards the end of her drive rush. So if you do that combo early in the drive rush, she has enough momentum to link all 3 of those buttons. But later in the drive rush, because Rashid was so far away, she loses that momentum and is not close enough for the crouching medium punch.
It's an interesting tidbit because I know in this game as well, like your drive rushes have a sweet spot, right? Where it kind of like propels you forward if you press the button at the right time. And yeah, maybe Cammys need to pay more attention to that than others.
Yeah. Oh no, drops the combo. That was it right there. That should have been the end of the round. Instead, you are burned out and blocking this Isar. What's the mix-up? What a block.
Oh, that was clean. Yeah, if that was a cross-up. I didn't see the notification on screen, but either way. Oh, he tried to throw attempt there, but the H-spinning mixer going to come out as an anti-air.
Still burned out. Nice back medium punch, and now...
Okay, sorry. I just seen him parry for a long time there. I thought he was gonna get thrown. He burns himself out real quick to try to make the W happen, but Rigama, cool, calm, and collected with the anti-air.
Dude, good patience that whole time, and he is definitely locked and loaded with that back medium punch. Like that,
yes.
That is where a lot of his mental stack is on right now. And wow, he's just going to go right away into the level 3 to drain about 5,000 damage here.
Yeah, very nice. Pretty much half life right there. Has the drive meter advantage on top of it. Oh, tried to stick in that crouch medium kick right there, but he'll take the back throw. Oh, no, right in the beret. Oh, and then right in the face.
The mix-up, and here we go. Throw into the corner. Again, throw loops. Here we go. Not this time.
Oh, yeah, respect all of this. Gets the counter here on the drive impact as well.
The level 3. He just built it.
Oh, but he missed the combo into a tick throw. It's all good. Roger FGC. escaping with the W there.
I know he's not in America, but the American reset has definitely propagated to foreign countries as well. So nice job using that American reset there.
Very scary right there, but nonetheless, Roger coming out on top again, right? So I believe that's 2-0, right? Or did Rigama win the first game? I cannot recall. Either way, this has been very, very fast-paced. No, Roger won the first game because, I remember the slugging out, the way it ended in the first one.
Yeah.
So, 2-0 to Roger FGC here. He's looking good on this Rashid, man. And the big advantage you have as a Rashid player right now so early on, right, is the unfamiliarity factor. So many players are not going to have the matchup experience necessary to really thwart this character at high level.
All right, here we go. This is Rigama's last stand at this point. Can he survive? He's down 2 games to 0. He needs to find something now. What the hurt boxes on dive kicks? Jamie and Cammy players just all do like the face palm whenever they see stuff like that happen.
Oh, that was nasty. That cartwheel looked like he was about to cross up. Then he ended up with a jump in front.
Again.
Oh, Rigama. He tried to throw, didn't get punish countered, but got caught pressing a button afterwards. Roger on set point.
Dude, I love the fact that he's saving this for the final game right here, right? A lot of times you save your dirtiest tricks for the end. You don't want to show them right away, because you've already showed so much early on in game 1 and 2. You need something new.
Oh, and then again, throwing the parry attempt. He's been has such a right read on that. There's the overhead off the drive rush. Tried to reset, but Rigama seen that one once. Oh, yes, indeed. There's that 7-frame crouch medium kick we talked about. Spins the super as well. Get as much damage on the table as possible.
Oh, that's punishable. Oh, no, but didn't realize it was the crouching heavy kick. And a lot of that might be you just don't recognize that button yet,
Exactly.
Right?
The unfamiliarity factor, we just touched on it.
Oh, no. Oh, no spinning mixer off of those jabs.
Oh, just goes with the level 2 right here. It gets thrown out of it, though.
No.
So 2 bars down the drain. He's still got a significant life lead and does tag him for the kill and the victory. Roger FGC moving on to loser semifinals.
All right, so unfortunately for Rigama, going out 0-3 with the Cammy over here. But again, it really did feel like there was a lot of unfamiliarity versus Rashid, just getting caught by a few things by surprise. I mean, as a good player does, he adjusted in the match, was able to block some of those Arabian Hurricane mix-ups. But and he even had some nice perfect parries as well. But those perfect parries disappeared after the first game.
Yeah, you could tell like he just had to start allocating his mental stack elsewhere, right? And because of that, I think some of those perfect parries that we saw early started slipping through the cracks. And a big credit to Roger, like you mentioned before, right? Saving some of those nasty corner setups for the last game. Yeah,
Dude,
right here. Oh, no, bruh.
And then you know what? He still had more too. Oh, they didn't show the other ones. Okay.
Yeah, he ended up setting him up again, caught Rigama trying to press in the middle of it. Great stuff. And then ending it with the classic crouch medium kick. You know how Street Fighter gets down. So our top 4 is set. Everybody that you see still alive in this tournament is getting paid out today for the prize pool. Kusanagi and Grand Totakai in winners finals. Loser semis, Soul VNG versus Roger FGC.
That's right, but we will be jumping to that winners finals match first. So Kusanagi will be going up against Grand Totakai, but that will be happening after a quick break. Indeed. So guys, do not go anywhere. Winners finals is coming up right after this.
I present the Hunter from Komura.
Which one of these was the herbal medicine again? Oh yeah, this one. Probably. Now, here comes the airplane. Say ah. No! Some poisons can kill people in the thousands with that amount. Like botulinum toxin, it inhibits acetylcholine release, causing loss of muscle tone, lethargy, dizziness, visual impairment. Heavy eyelids, intense thirst, loss of speech, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach distension, breathing difficulty, then respiratory failure.
At Chipotle, real food always starts with real ingredients in real kitchens. When you order Chipotle, real food starts with you. Whether it's in restaurant, pickup, or delivery. However you Chipotle is the easiest way to Chipotle.
Straight energy, straight electricity. That is the play style of the man standing next to me, Mexico's own Kusanagi. What's going on, Kusanagi? It's good to see you, my guy.
All good.
So, you know, man, of course, we see that you're rocking a Team Mexico joint right now. The Team Mexico jersey, it looks extremely fire, by the way. What could you tell us about the Mexican FGC?
Well, you know, we're really passionate. We have our hardships, but overall, we're really trying to get there as Dominican Republic is doing.
Yeah.
Like they doing it, breaking it right now. So we're trying to get there a little slower, but you know, it's all good.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like with Street Fighter 6, there's a whole lot of opportunities for that right now. There's all kind of eyeballs on it. How does that feel for you, man, seeing that now there's $2 million prize pools now? We got 7,000 plus people going to EVO.
Yeah.
It was over 2 million or however many copies sold of the game right now. What's it like for you seeing all this happen?
Well, it's really amazing. You know, you can really tell how people are really striving for it, are really trying to get there. So it's really cool.
Okay, and when it comes to your CPT event, your CPT online event,
right?
What can we expect from you? We've seen you win before.
Right.
You won that CPT event. You made it in the Capcom Cup. What was that like for you?
I was really happy because all the training, all the past struggles, the second places, and all the stuff I actually work on, that finally came to me winning that. So I was really, really happy and hyped. I remember that night I went to have dinner with my peers, and it was really fun. And
They celebrated your win and everything.
Yeah.
Kusanagi, I'm proud of you for winning that, making it in the Capcom Cup, and I'm excited to see if you are going to do it again. I would not be surprised. It's been a pleasure talking to you, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Mexico's own Kusanagi.
And Kusanagi still has a chance to win this one as well. He's still in it. And in fact, we are going to be seeing him coming up next right here in the winners finals of this event to find out who will be the third player to qualify for Capcom Cup 10.
Joining the hunks, Angry Bird and Travis Styles,
right.
that have already qualified for sure. Definitely going to be a good look, to say the least. And yeah, these are the two players that are in the prime position to do so, right? Because they have that winners finals advantage. If they're able to win this set, they'll have a whole set to play with in grand finals if it comes to that. So this is very, very important here. Two of the strongest of the region as well. You saw Kusanagi repping the Team Mexico shirt over there with the interview with Rob. Grand Totakai also been putting on heavy for the Panama scene. So I love seeing within a region, two separate countries represented in winners finals as well.
I just love Kusanagi's pose, his picture right there, just showing, he's just like, I will defeat you. I will systematically defeat you with my undeniable strategy.
If you couldn't figure out by the name, you'll figure out by the pose that this man is anime, to say the least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No matter where you go, fighting game players will have these. Dude, I was reading a tweet recently, and it mentioned something about a Kainu. And I was like, it was about One Piece, and I didn't know. And I was like, oh.
The weebs run deep out here in the FGC, 100%. There's a little bit of weeb in all of us.
Took even me a while to know where Vicious got his name.
That's another one, Cowboy Bebop reference. Sorry if you wanted to keep that one on the low, friend. But I've heard him talk about it before, so I'm sure it's fine to talk about that there. But yeah, man, it really runs deep.
Yeah. Oh, no, the spike's still coming. And here we go again. Like we said before, the lore matchup is definitely one we see a lot. And what the heck was he? I mean, I wonder, did he think that was going to combo? Maybe it was a negative edge problem or something.
Yeah, it could be. Could be a storage input type error here. But just to harken back to what I talked about yesterday, Kusanagi did face Sonic Fox in grand finals at Smash Factor. He also faced MJ Gamma in that tournament. He was able to defeat MJ Gamma's JP, but fell short up against Sonic Fox. So JP has proven a problem to Kusanagi already in this game.
You got to wonder if yesterday, Grand Totokai's like, I may run into Kusanagi. I wonder if he went back to study that match,
Yeah, definitely could be. Oh, great job just letting the OD DPs rip here. Oh, and then the parry. He baited it out with the jab. That was so smart.
Yeah, 2,000 damage again on those punish throws. I think it's 2,040. That's a fifth of your life.
Yeah, it hurts a lot, bro. To lose a fifth of your life to a throw, not a good look, but you're going to lose the rest of it to a drive impact. That's even worse.
Dude, I love that meaty fireball setup from Ken, and Ryu has it as well because it beats the level ones, it beats the amnesia, so it's a really great strategy to have against the JP.
And Kusanagi, he loves that as well. The empty jump into the crouch medium kick, that is something that he looks for a lot in this matchup. I saw it at Smash Factor.
So that's something that Grand Totakai might want to look
And
at.
then the jab,
Oh, and he canceled in time to be able to go through the amnesia.
That was so sick. He usually commits to the DP. He'll take the trade, but to just blow through it with the level 3 was next level.
Oh, man, that's brutal. And yeah, just block that. Whatever, catch you at the toes. Not going to be quite enough to kill, but that throw will do it. And Kusanagi looking like he does not want to end up the bridesmaid of another online tournament. He wants to be the bride right now.
That was wild, man. He's going to be the one throwing the bouquet. That is insane the way he started this stuff off. Just right. Getting in his face. I love the empty jumps into the crouch medium kicks. We talked about that, right? Up against the crouch heavy punch of JP, you got to put yourself at that distance where empty jump will make it whiff so you can whiff punish on the ground afterwards. Otherwise, it is a dominant anti-air button. So great recognition already from him. I liked seeing the OD fireball represented, the drive rushes to get in his face very quickly. He just did a good job overwhelming him early.
Yeah, but remember, that's kind of what happened to Grand Totakai last time. Remember, he got overrun. Was it Solviang who overran him?
Yes, it was.
And then the next 3 games, he took it right away. So let's see if Grand Totakai tries to do something similar here. Calms down a little bit, tries to play a little bit more defensive, and tries to find the situations where Kusanagi tries to rush in.
Exactly, right? Because that's what we always kind of fall back into when we talk about JP. And it's like, if you're having trouble putting the bullet hell up, getting the projectile traps going, my man's buttons are next level. He's got the best drive rush stuff buttons in the game. So because of that, I think it also works for the Dragon Lash. It works for a lot of what Ken wants to do to try to get close. So because of that, I'm expecting Totakai to kind of try to slow it down a bit, press these buttons, get these counter hits, and he gets wild extensions from them a lot of the time too. Like we talked about the Kane normals comboing without any type of counter hit or forced knockdown on anti-airs. The crouch medium punch, if he hits to the right distance, gets a great extension as well, especially if the drive rush is behind it. So yeah, man, Grand Totakai, let's see how he approaches game 2.
Oh, and again, there's that EX Ghost, which, again, at first was not an obvious tool to use, but the JPs, the best JPs, use it constantly.
Yeah, if you see him throw it out again right there, right? He's keeping Kusanagi at bay.
Another one!
He tried the Dragon Lash, but it formed just in time, and the spike to stuff the drive rush. This is exactly what Totokai's looking for right here. But just as I say that, my man did drive rush crouch fierce.
And it hit.
Just a neutral. I've seen that as like a meaty setup, but just a neutral like that was wild.
And again, every time you get hit by that Tatsu ender from Ken, look for the whiff jab, because that's the frame kill for the overhead.
Oh, man. And yeah, especially in this matchup, you got to look for his frame kills for the fireball, as you mentioned before, right? Because it beat so many of his options, but he got committed. Oh, no, he put a ring on the wrong one, fam.
Oh, man, so that means Grand Totakai going to take that round here. All right, so let's see if he is making the No, you. Dang, that clipped? Okay.
Quick little reach and a quick little lesson followed up from Kusanagi.
Shoot, that Kane again. Wasn't a punish counter, because when it is.
Look at that. That is just a raw regular hit right there. Look how much damage he gets off this as an anti-air regular hit.
I mean, look, if you wanted to have a successor to Sagat, that's what it makes me feel like, that forward heavy kick when you're jumping from downtown.
Oh, Kusanagi tried to escape via the air. And look, he waited for the empty jump that time. That was a beautiful adjustment from Totakai.
But he's burned out right now. This is risky, and Kusanagi has 2 bars of super. What a jump back. No, that's going to combo into the corner. He should be able to kill off of this with the level 2 and the Oh, man.
Level 1. Nice job. Efficient kill there. Didn't have to spin both bars. So now Kusanagi going into the round 3 with 2 bars. He'll build a 3rd one in no time. This is definitely a good look here in game 2.
This is, again, why you got to be so careful of when you're burned out. But when it happens, dude, it's so scary. That burn. Oh, no. A little bit too far. A little bit too far. So here we go. Going to get the combo all the way into the corner. And here we go. Has the pressure set up. No anti-air.
Oh, and again, he's respecting these empty jumps. You see Grand Totakai not getting caught pressing that crouch fierce, but he does find the perfect anti-air again with the heavy kick.
But he burned himself out. He burned himself out with that drive rush.
Indeed, indeed. That's a good thing about JP, though, right? Is you can put the bullet hell up, the projectile game. You can kind of weather the storm of being burnt out, but in this space, it's very scary. Tries to commit to the amnesia and gets punished for it.
And he's not even going to bother going. See how he used the threat of the drive impact to kill him? And then after it went away, then he threw the drive impact, because you're like, of course you're not going to drive impact after the burnout is over. And he's like, haha, gotcha.
Kusanagi playing his opponent's expectations against them. Beautiful start to the set here. 2-0, 1 game away from taking his spot in Grand Finals winner's side.
Dude, and that was a sick combo that he ended with there, dude.
the 3 OD Gen Rise.
Yeah, it was just like 1, 2, and there we go, and you're done.
Yeah, I believe the last one you want to do the medium kick follow-up instead of the heavy kick follow-up, like reaches up, and then you do the last extension into the level 3 cancel. Does a lot of damage for something as simple as 3 OD moves back to back to back.
Oh, man. Yeah, if it gets the job done.
Yeah, for sure.
If it works, do it. And here we go. Kusanagi, whatever he's been doing has been working. I thought Grand Totakai was going to make the adjustment. Had a great start last game, took that first round, and then had a huge lead in round 2. Then Kusanagi came back thanks to the burnout. And here we are, 2-0 for Kusanagi.
Indeed, that was so weird. Kusanagi has some strange drive rush choices to me, like the drive rush fireball right there. Very interesting. Maybe it was supposed to be a DP because he saw the jump. That's what we saw earlier, but either way, Grand Totakai cleaning up the first round here.
Again, burned himself out at the end there. That's why I got a little nervous, but then he got the throw, so he's okay. He's okay.
Yeah, it's very scary, man. You give Ken access to that zero-frame Dragon Lash on block when you're in burnout. Can get bullied real easily, real fast.
Okay, and here we go. Corner carry off of that. Faked the overhead with the run cancel instead.
Yeah, exactly. You can run cancel with a low, like on that same overhead setup. It's very tough to discern the timings of the two.
Oh no, you just
God.
ate that. I don't know what happened right there, but
Yeah, maybe got caught in the middle of his input. You know, it came out as something else. That's why we saw the counter hit.
oh, look how far that Dragon Lash can go. Missed the juggle.
Open the combo, but nice confirm off the light into the drive rush here. Oh, that's the setup, yeah, for the meaty fireball. And you saw the amnesia came out, and that's exactly why he does that setup.
Yeah, it's beautiful that the same setup leads to the meaty overhead that you can combo off of and the meaty fireball. So it's just a nice little sequence there for Ken.
And there's the empty jump crouch medium kick, another favorite for Kusanagi in this matchup. Oh, he actually hesitated on the jabs. Usually he just continues the jabs and catches the JP blocking, but this time Grand Totakai catches a break.
All right, so Grand Totakai. Oh no, the headbutt.
My lord.
Doskoy.
The duff. Oh, man, I can't believe he recovered from that in time. I thought the jump fierce was going to come through and connect. Nice job drive rushing past that. No projectiles here, fam. Kusanagi's got a chance here. He just needs to level 3. That should be it.
Is this gonna kill?
Oh, yeah, my man.
Is this gonna kill? Oh, there it is.
Kusanagi.
3-0 over Grand Totakai again.
Wow.
I mean, a lot of times, you know, sometimes the losses that you have in tournament are oftentimes caused by yourself. Your nerves, you know, stress, etc., etc. And like I said, Kusanagi finishing second place in so many CPTs. I mean, it was almost like a curse that he had. But then he made it in his first one, and now you can see the confidence just exuding from his gameplay. And there it is. He's going to go into grand finals 3-0.
And a lot of time that confidence is informed by the work you put in, right? Whether that be in training mode, whether that be sparring against your regular training partners, or your tournament experience like we talked about with his grand finals against Sonic Fox. He has definitely seen this matchup before at a high stake level.
Yeah.
So because of that, I mean, he just looked extremely prepared from every angle up against Grand Totakai. And Grand Totakai had some great anti-airs. He had some great decisions in the matchup as well. But Kusanagi, that ruthless aggression of Ken, bro. Look at that. Oh, triple Jinrai real quick.
Yeah, and again, you know, you see this from so many players. They're the gatekeepers, the guy who are always there at the end, but they can never quite make that victory. But then the first time they do, and then all of a sudden they just start winning more tournaments, because a lot of times it's more mental than anything.
It's a plateau that you have to break through, and a lot of that time, like you said, it is a mental plateau. So great stuff right there from Kusanagi. Going to be in grand finals winner's side. He's going to have a whole set to play with for whoever makes it back to him in that grand finals. Of course, we got the losers semis to decide who's going to get that run up against Grand Totakai. Will it be Solvian G or Roger FGC?
Yep, as you can see right there, the Rashid continuing forward here. But now, Rashid never has fought an enemy like this before. Modern Ken.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Luke. Modern Luke. Modern Luke.
Modern Luke in the building. I just noticed that Roger's social right there. He's a little bit of a Donald Glover fan, huh? Okay. I see you. Childish Rogelio, you know what I'm saying? That's definitely
okay.
The Donald Glover Wu-Tang handle right there. Big ups to Roger. I see you, fam. So, yeah, he's going to be rocking the Rashid, and he's looked good, right? He has some of these dirty mix-ups that people aren't going to be ready for. He just got to put himself in the position to get there. And I will say, up against Modern Luke, he might have a more difficult time doing it up against, like, in comparison to classic characters, right?
Yeah, how good are your mix-ups against?
Yeah.
DB. DB, but we'll see how it goes.
Ooh, I'm very interested in see how this one plays out for sure. The modern control schemes just always intrigue me more so.
All right.
Simple and clean indeed, Rashid. We'll see how that goes, how that plays out. Oh, no. Simple and clean. That means you got to check these drive rushes, fam.
Round one start, but a beautiful back throw here now off of that drive rush to get him in the corner. And just busting out, but burning himself out.
Yeah, Solvian G said, you know what? I'll just go in the burnout meter. I'll just get a whole new drive mirror to work with.
Yeah.
I'll suffer the consequences right now.
Because sometimes if you don't know what the character is capable of, what their moves are, you just EXDP. But look at this sequence here. Yeah, what do you do when you're burned out? And what I like seeing from that, I've often said, if you burn your opponent out and you don't have a cool block string, go find one. Go find the good block string.
Oh, the perfect parries. He tries to wake up and get frisky. I love it from Soul. Oh, walking back in the throw bait. Beautiful stuff indeed.
Dude, the fact that he can actually get the drive rush into the suppressor in time. Luke's crouching heavy punch causes so much hit stun.
Yeah.
It's actually insane.
Oh, and again, he tries to press buttons at 99 seconds, but it's too early. The drive rushes are landing at perfect timings because of that.
Okay, got him with the anti-air, and now trying to get him for the corner here, but the modern controls not giving him an opportunity.
He knew that he was going to be thirsty to burn him out right there, right? So he just sends the level 1, and he parries. That's actually going to give him so much drive meter, enough to drive reversal and still not be burnt out.
Yeah, but he's still got to be careful because one more block right now is good. Oh, no, he's still there.
Oh, but yeah, the whirlwind didn't take
there
enough. Finally,
there
though.
it is, yeah. Plus frames. Oh, no. Here we go. But he's still got a lot of health. It's
that was
okay.
a cool combo. Yeah, I would have actually liked Roger to just like harass him a little bit more, take advantage of that burnout, but nonetheless, this is a huge life lead he's built for himself.
Oh, too far! Missed, and he still got thrown. Again, one of the weaknesses that they talk about for Rashid, a little bit stubby butts. Now the drive impact. Meaty again.
That meaty drive impact, bro. You heard Rob and Bryan talk about it at the top of the broadcast. That success rate is sky high, and we see exactly why Soul used it.
Yeah, again, just because the thing about it is when you get knocked down, right? We're all still trained from Street Fighter V because it still kind of applies here of the throw, attack, shimmy, mix-up. So you're thinking, is he going to throw? Is he going to shimmy? Is it drive impact? You're like, oh, that's right.
Yeah, I think it definitely has such a high success rate because, as you mentioned, it's something that we've never had to deal with before on Wake Up, right? We're so trained, not even from 5, from all of Street Fighter to deal with certain things on Wake Up. Drive impact has never been something you had to worry about. Nothing even close to it has been something you've had to worry about before. So it's going to take players some time to get used to.
Oh, here's an attack. I'll block this, and I am dead.
Yeah, exactly. It's just going to take some new muscles to be developed. You know?
mean, a good way to think about it is just to think about that when you're in the corner, everybody has a command throw. Except the command throw is a drive impact, honestly.
That's not a bad way to think about it, honestly.
Oh, no. Jump right into that tornado. Now you're in the corner. And speaking of drive impact,
yeah, there it is. And Soul, he is broke on the drive mirror as well. That's why he tried to parry. But the whirlwind, it was time, so he didn't even have to deal with it.
And yeah, he's going to burn himself out. He's like, you know what? If I'm going to get burned out, I'm doing it on my own schedule here. Oh, what a check. What a check.
I guess he sniffed out that he was going to be committing to a drive rush afterwards. Soul with that forward-reaching jab. Not forward enough to anti-air that, apparently, though.
Ooh, that was far. Sometimes you forget how far the wind-assisted jump takes him.
Goes flying across the screen right now. Frequent flyer miles on deck.
Oh, just a raw EX Sandblaster to check.
Level 1 with punished with the modern level 1.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, tried to sneak in there with that run slide, but unfortunately instead, oh no. Did he drop a DP?
Yeah, I don't know. That was
Look,
funky.
if you're dropping a DP out, actually, to be fair, maybe he did the DP motion because he wanted the damage, right?
That's what I'm assuming that a lot of the Luke players do.
Because I was about to say, if you're dropping a special on modern controls, like, you know.
We won't say anything more about that, you know. Nice job right there, though. You can see the DP locked and loaded when he's trying to take to the sky, get those air shenanigans going.
Yeah, so in case people don't know, you can do the regular motion for some of the special moves in Modern, and when you do...
Drive impact, you drive impact, fam. Roger ready with that one. Knew that he would attempt to blow through the whirlwind and knew exactly what he would do it with.
Oh, try to go for some of those somersault tricks over here. Nice throw tech, but going to throw out the SR. Oh, he accidentally dashed into it.
That's a sick option after tech throw. Like being from that distance, just throwing out the level 2 right there, that is so smart. Especially because a lot of players, like, they commit to options really fast, right? After the throw tech. Like, I'm pretty sure that dash happened before the super came out, and we just didn't really get to see much of it because of the screen freeze, right?
Exactly.
So, bow, right into it. That was a perfect decision from Roger.
Yeah, but what I was trying to say, though, is if you actually use the motion in modern controls, you do not get the damage deficit. So that's why you'll see people do that in the easy combo situations. You know, I'll just do a regular DP because I won't have the 20% damage penalty.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, they definitely have that in the game. We've seen other fighting games kind of toy with that concept as well, right? You have that easy input for the neutral anti-air or situation that you're trying to challenge while having the default input available for you in combos.
Yep. All right, so 1-1 here. Again, Rashid versus this modern Luke, Soul VNG, the man of mystery, going up against Roger here.
The hidden character. I still can't believe we got a quote from him.
I know, right?
That blew my mind.
I'm still not convinced it was actually from him. You know?
For real.
It was actually an AI-generated quote or something, you know?
I would believe it. Man, that suppressor to dodge the overhead spacing was bananas from Soul VNG right there.
It's always nice to have those kind of backswing blow kind of moves. Oh,
speaking of which, give me Dudley Capcom, please. Oh. But that's beside the point. Doesn't break the drive impact armor in time. He got 2 hits, but the Eagle Spike was the end of it.
Yeah.
Soul VNG. Whoa. These wind poses. I'm being exposed to a lot of wind poses today.
I love the wind poses in this game. They did such a good job.
The one where Rashid uses a wind couch, that was actually super sick. I want to see that one again.
Oh, no.
Beats into the punch, literally.
Yeah. Oh, Sandblast gonna negate that. Oh, let go of the drive parry a little too early. He still ate that win. Oh, that's too late.
Yeah, good stuff right there. The whirlwind was in his face.
A little too late on. Oh, what a jump timing!
Well, there you go. Soul VNG is like, I'll adjust my option then. Just jumps right over it.
And I love that he used the stand jab afterwards to make sure he was within range. Wow, the drive impact out of nowhere.
After the throw tech, that is such a sneaky spot to put it in.
So he's like, you're going to use the level 2 super. I'll just use a drive impact.
Yeah, right? Oh, and just the mauling offense from Soul VNG right there. The ruthless aggression, I like to call it. Luke is up 2-1 now here in loser semifinals.
Okay, the modern Luke continuing through here from the man of mystery right now. The modern man of mystery.
Oh, man.
Soul VNG coming out here and doing some damage, but Roger's not quite done yet. That Rashid has something to say.
Who's that Dos Equis guy? He's coming for your spot, brother. The international man of mystery. He's coming for your spot.
He's the most modern man in the world. Said the most interesting man.
Yeah,
He's the most modern man in the world.
Beautiful stuff right here. Soul VNG up 2-1 on Roger. Oh, Roger adjusted a little bit now. He's like, fine. I still want to press the button in 99 seconds. I'll just press something that should hit a drive rush.
Yep. Oh, man.
My man Soul, he has no drive meter. It was like 92 seconds.
I know, right?
Hey, he's got less than a bar of it.
Oh, he's getting some of that back right now. Try to go for that suppressor again, twice in a row. Back throw here for Roger. We've seen him do that a couple of times. Shut that whirlwind down. And
at the peak of the jump. And now the perfect parry on the overhead. That was a funky timing to get a perfect parry on.
I'll say. But burned himself out again. Again, Soul VNG is not scared of burning himself out.
He's not, man.
I think it was yesterday he was also doing this as well.
Especially when he's got level 1, right? He feels very confident in his ability to fight back and then throws the drive impact as it gets too close. Tries to pop off. That was frustration from Roger's side.
Oh, yeah, and that's just going to put Soul VNG at match point. Here we go. Roger's got to figure out something. Soul VNG, however, seems like he is in the driver's seat right now.
Every question that's being presented, there is an answer. Speaking of which, the driver reversal. Oh, but now in the minus frames, I'll take the ODDP. I'll bust out.
Okay, checking. Yep, that's minus. If he does the spinning mixer without the power-up, it's minus. Back throw into the corner. Here we go. Oh, no. You just ate that standing heavy punch.
Yeah, that's not a good look whatsoever. Oh, tries it again, but this time Roger's been hit by it a little bit too much. Good adjustment.
Yeah. Oh, was that the bait? No, it's still punished in time.
Yeah, it looked like just missed time on the meaty setup. No, now he gets caught flipping on in.
He's
got one more. Yeah,
and he didn't care. He's like, I'm coming in for the reset anyway.
Oh,
no,
he dropped it. So goes with the level 1. He didn't mean to do that either. Oh, it just got away from him at the end. Soul VNG closes it out. The stable gameplay proves superior.
Oh, no. I wonder if he was still trying to combo, and because they dropped the combo, he wasn't thinking, just autopiloted into the super.
Yeah, it definitely looked like that, right? Like, you could tell he's juggling a lot offensively as Rashid, right? We talk about the mental stack in the neutral and on defense, but when you're playing a character that has all this wild offensive stuff, and he's still new, you get caught kind of autopiloting into certain things, and unfortunately for Roger, it just cost him at the end.
Yeah, so Soul VNG is going to continue forward. I mean, but we got to see a lot of cool things from Roger. That was that cool combo over there with the double jump on the 2 HP.
I tell you what, like, I want to tune into the World Warrior events for this region just to see Roger's progression on Rashid. Like, he is looking nasty, man, and this is still a very new character to the game, so I want to see him continue to enter. I know he's going to be putting W's on the board in the World Warrior events. So hopefully we get to see that over on the Panama fighting game stream.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw them interview Greenkraken
just
now. He's the TO of that again, Panama Fighters League, I think it was Panama Fighters League. But as you can see here, that means that Soul VNG does advance forward to go up against Grand Totakai here in losers finals.
Totakai, yes. And Soul VNG, it's going to be a good one for sure. I know Soul VNG, he initially started his top 16 run, I believe, against Kusanagi, and ended up falling into the losers bracket from there. So this is going to be the first time they fought up against each other as well. But we've seen Grand Totakai, he vanquished Uriel Valerio's Ken, fell to Kusanagi's, but how will he handle the modern Luke?
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to find that out in just a second. But while we're going to go on a quick break, but while we go on a quick break right now, bust out your Chipotle app right now. Order yourself some Chipotle. Use the promo code HDKN236 again to get 250 fighter coins. Remember, this is $5 worth of in-game currency for Street Fighter 6. But not only that, but the premium fight passes are 250 fighter coins. So you order this once, you get the premium fighter pass, and some of the rewards, the last rewards you get in the premium fighter pass, the last like 7 slots or 8 slots, gets you 250 fighter coins.
There you go.
So as long as you get all your kudos, it'll just keep cycling and you keep getting more of those premium passes. So it's a really good deal. And you get a delicious burrito bowl on top.
Legitimately, I was going to say, get you a burrito bowl, then you got a fighter's pass. What could be better? Big ups to Chipotle collaborating with Street Fighter 6 to bring this promotion to all the lovely fighting game players at home. Definitely big ups to them. And of course, big ups to all of you that keep tuning in to twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. We are narrowing it down here. We're going to be back with losers finals and then grand finals. Do not go anywhere.
Street Fighter 6.
Fighting is an art. And this is our canvas. Here, we flex our style, our passion, our creativity, our skills. We come here to break rules, to bend minds, to change the game. This is where we make an impression. This is where we make our masterpiece.
Street Fighter 6.
Available now.
Objection!
That sizzle, that's the soundtrack of Chipotle.
The soundtrack of Chipotle?
Oh yeah. You come in, you're gonna be hearing that sizzle. That's how you know that we always have fresh food.
Fresh is what you stand for.
Exactly.
Welcome back, everyone, to twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. This is the Central America West Top 8. I am Ringe. This is James Chin, and we have arrived at Losers Finals. That means top 3 is in the books. We just got to decide what order and who is going to qualify for Capcom Cup 10.
That's right. We are just down to these 3 players. Now, obviously, all of them are in the money, including 4th place was in the money as well. But $2,500, while is very nice, obviously, it's a nice way to, get a little extra spending cash,
absolutely.
buy some Chipotle or buy yourself a PS5 or something like that. But honestly, it's that qualification spot that they are looking for.
Yeah, of course. It's going to get you into Capcom Cup 10, a chance at the first place prize of $1 million. Yes, indeed. Dr. Evil is smiling somewhere. But right now, we're going to determine who exactly gets there, right? First off, we got to handle that Losers Finals. Kusanagi is sitting pretty. Grand Finals winner side. You're going to have to take him down 2 sets to get a chance at that spot. And Grand Totakai and Soul VNG are the ones that are going to have to battle it out to do so. Grand Totakai, of course, had a great showing at Evo, top 24 with the JP. Soul VNG has only lost to Kusanagi in this tournament. So he's looking to get his run back with the Modern Luke. Can he do so by going through the Totakai JP?
All right. So again, Modern Luke gives you a lot of powers here, and I imagine a lot of level 1s will be good for going through.
Yeah, that's where my head was as well.
Ghosts as well. So, but as I said, it's one of those things. So if you know you're fighting against a modern player, you have to know not to try to go for those like cheeky testing their reaction things. Or if you do try to do stuff that's testing their reactions, make it like a forward dash where maybe they're too slow and you block in time or something like that, instead of committing to drive rush, which has so many frames where you can't block,
Precisely. So we're going to see exactly how Soul VNG and Grand Totakai go about maneuvering around each other, right? How is Grand Totakai going to test the reaction of Soul VNG? How is Soul VNG going to go about getting around the Ghost when he doesn't have that level 1, right? We'll see. Does he commit to the drive rushes? Does he try to play a slow projectile game? Does he rely on like perfect parry and the jump in? We're going to find out right now. He is trying to drive rush and get close quarters.
Jump over does nothing, and now back to this full screen game here. See Soul VNG trying to do more. No, you got to watch out. Every time you block those ghosts, the spike potentially coming, can't do anything afterwards.
That's so much damage reward for every hit that JP gets. Flash Knuckle, it might not even been charged.
Yeah,
Didn't look like
I don't think it was plus right there, and Grand Totakai knew it, so he attacked afterwards. And here we go. Burned himself out, but again, JP is one of those characters. If he has you full screen, the burnout's not as bad, but Soul VNG has gotten in. Here we go.
Exactly, Grand Totakai. Oh, wow, he just wakes up with a button. No fear in his heart.
Oh, my God.
Indeed. Oh.
I'll cheat that button.
I hate that. The falling cane normal right there, it hits so late, so far. It gets just people walking forward all the time.
It's like that poison forward heavy punch from Street Fighter V. You're just like, I'm okay, and then you get hit. Oh no, that's the worst. You go up there and trying to bait out maybe something, but then instead they just wake up throw.
That was a really good, oh wow, actually parries the drive impact in the corner that time, but I wanted to highlight the normal wake up from Grand Totakai to keep himself in space to throw the drive impact. That was really smart. Oh, DP on the drive impact this time. You saw he DP'd a Dragon Lash Matt early, the modern Luke.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he hit him after the armor ran out, right? So he actually had enough
he like whiff punished him.
Yeah, he had enough invul to go through the first couple of active frames and then still hit it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be actually it, where he caught him during the recovery frames because of the invul going through the remaining active frames, definitely.
All right, well, back to full screen here. Got to find a way in. Okay, just patience. Gets the DP, and here we go. Throw into the corner here. Again.
So VNG now trying to establish the throw, but Grand Totakai not biting on it. No anti-air there, though.
Anti-air, yeah.
That was the raw heel. The calluses, he felt that joint.
Oh, no. Oh, this is huge now. Side switch. No, you were not ready for it. Okay.
Finally finds the drive impact, and the DP could have worked right there because of enough damage.
One mix-up. Watch out for the fuzzy. He went for the low that time.
Oh, he's just whipping these buttons in his face, but it's tough. Oh, baits him into that, but doesn't have a answer prepared.
Does he want to go for the level 2? Oh, what a jump! Wow. I was thinking maybe he would activate the level 2 because he was in burnout, right? Like find a button into level 2 and then just lock him down in that situation. But even then, he's got modern controls, so, you know.
Yeah. He could have been scheming for sure. OD amnesia after the plus frames on a flash knuckle. Very smart.
Try to bait out the throw whiff a couple of times there. Once with the walk back, another with the neutral jump.
And we'll see. VNG, I mean, he's been showing the parry on a lot. I want to see the command throw off of that as well, the crouch heavy punch. They often parry as soon as they land because they know a ghost is coming.
So you don't have to guess if it's a high or low ghost, so you parry like that, but that's why the command throw works.
Exactly, but right now, Grand Totakai, he just wants to play kind of risk-averse, right? He's not looking to commit that heavily to anything, especially with a life lead like this.
Yeah, and it's smart because, like I said, you see a lot of times people overextend themselves because they want that win. But you could just be patient. I mean, yes, it's slow. Yes. Oh, there's the chance that stuff like this could happen.
Yeah, he whiffed the crouch medium punch and then just dashed in after, caught him flinching. Oh, the amnesia though, and he got the throw attempt. That's going to be it for the game. Grand Totakai, sick juggle, bro. You could just do it all, can't you, JP? 1-0.
Who knew he was actually a fitting Marvel vs. Capcom 3 character, dude?
Yeah.
You could put him in there and he would look right at home with these combos, dude.
The malice that I said that with. I didn't mean for it to sound so venomous, but I was like, wow, son, like that jump and kick extension right there, I'm just not used to seeing that one. Great stuff from Grand Totakai. He knows all the routes.
Absolutely. And again, you know, I keep saying this, you know, when JP first came out, he looked so scary, but people were like, we'll figure him out. And we did figure out the zoning, but then we found out that he was a rushdown character.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Nah, I mean, he's really such a well-rounded character, right? He's got great offense, great zoning, massive buttons in the neutral. So, yeah, I mean, this character's got it all. You can see why he's so popular amongst the player base right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's crazy, too, because he's so unique of a Street Fighter character. He also brings in a lot of players from other genres as well because he feels more like, you know, a bunch of different other fighting game characters.
Absolutely. Now we got the projectile spam trying to establish once again, right? Trying to get Soul to overcommit, but he doesn't. He just commits her right. Quick little drive rush in, get the throws going now.
Oh, he didn't confirm. He wasn't expecting it to hit.
But then he sees the drive rush and just lets the level 1 loose.
Yep. And it's dangerous.
The privilege.
Oh, actually, it won't work for... Oh, no, that's off the throw again. So he's going to get this big hit. Look at this big corner carry here. And he goes in there with the empty low.
And again, we talked about it, right? He's just inputting back and the parry instead of down back, so he gets clipped low on the recovery frames.
Burnout, and he's got a level 2 on deck as well. He's in there. Is he going to cancel into the level 2? No, he drive rushes. Oh, too far away, and he gets caught by the Sandblaster.
He's indeed. Oh, and he gets the level 1 anti-air. You thought you could jump. Nuh-uh. The reaction's too clean with the modern controls, bruh.
Absolutely. But I was about to say, like, you can't necessarily super when you drive rush. When JP drives rush, if you react with the super, he could react with the amnesia, but not Luke's level 1 because it's a projectile.
Exactly, right. I'll just eat the amnesia for breakfast, bruh. So Soul VNG here doing a real good job. And then again, the Hezi on the crouch medium kick catches him flinching at the wrongest moment.
All right, and now still in the corner, trying to fight his way out here, trying to burn Soul VNG out, but Soul VNG, again, walk backwards DP. You see how he micro walked backwards DP? That is something you cannot do in classic controls. Like, literally just can't do.
Oh, gets clipped with the spike that time at the beginning of the drive rush setup. So Grand Totakai really setting up shop here.
Yeah,
catches him in the middle of the sandblast. Yeah, the projectile priority winning outright for Grand Totakai. Mad damage right there.
No.
Put the departure up as well and just walk towards him. Very perfect, Parry. Yeah.
Okay, corner now. You have to deal with this. Didn't get the anti-air. Now, throw loops time. Shimmy instead. There it is! Again, another shimmy. Should be able to kill with this with the level 2. Soul VNG ties it up 1-1.
You ain't heard of Memphis Music Day, you're going to hear about it this time around. Well done from Soul VNG here to tie up the loser's final set. 1-up.
All right, so again, this is just losers finals here for the right to go up against Kusanagi, who's waiting over in the wings right now, just kind of like patiently chilling. But again, these two are going to continue to battle it out. 3 out of 5 here to find out who is going to go home in third place, take home $800.
Yes,
but again,
indeed.
a lot of these players aren't going to be happy with that. They're looking for that berth in the Capcom Cup 10 to get a chance at that $1 million.
And I can't believe it's the 10th Capcom Cup. Like, that alone is so prestigious, bro. And then on top of that, add to the biggest prize pool in Street Fighter history. I think maybe in fighting game history, that is even a grander scale of events here. But right now, Grand Totakai starting off again, beating him to the punch with the OD projectiles. Well done.
Yep, and now has this full screen here trying to keep Luke out. See, but a lot of times the best thing to do is just to slowly walk your way into that range. Because if he's scared you're going to jump over a ghost or something, that leaves you the ability just to walk forward. Oh, no, another shimmy. Grand Totokai's got to be careful. That's twice now he's fallen for the shimmy in a very short succession.
He's been pretty throw happy for sure in this set so far. And Soul VNG's been pretty parry happy. So I wonder if he's going to try to expose that a little bit. You can see the throws landing now. Maybe looking for that exact thing, but he baits out a huge ODDP instead. The damage, bro. The setup afterwards. Departure coming in hot. Drive impact to lock you out of it. Quick little cameo for the command throw.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Soul VNG parrying a lot. Grand Totakai yesterday kept doing the button into ghost feint, drive rush throw. He actually baited Soul VNG into the drive parry, but he went for the attack instead.
Oh, and look, that's exactly what he did right there. He didn't parry, but it still worked out, right? Just catches you hesitating because you see the ghost startup.
Yeah, that's definitely something. Oh, he made it right over the sandblaster. Empty teleport into throw.
Nice, and he got the landing frame punish on the cross-up jump. Beautiful stuff. That's another thing that people need to look for when you don't or are not confident in your cross-cuts or don't have a cross-up button. Try to walk forward and catch the landing frames, man. You get a punish counter.
Oh, he baited it, but not quite low enough on the hit, but the fake, he did go for it there. Here we go. Are we going to get it? Dun, 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 dun.
The modern Luke, is he actually...
the classic the high-level strategy of crouching medium kick, crouching medium kick, crouching medium kick. That button is so good with JP. Oh, man.
100%, man. Sometimes, at first it don't succeed. You just got to try again. Remember what Aaliyah taught us.
All right. So, 2-1 at this point?
Yes, indeed, for Grand Totakai.
Grand Totakai definitely looks like he's kind of in control right now. That last game was clean. And you see how he's handling that modern Luke. But, you know, JP does have the ability to keep you at bay where the modern isn't necessarily going to help you as much.
Exactly. One of the big things I think that makes JP so successful is that he doesn't have to directly engage with the opponent as much as a lot of other characters, right? Because of the projectiles and how far he gets to do stuff.
And that
the
burned
amnesia,
out.
though. Yeah, baited out twice. And
Oh, he had you.
regular amnesia, though. That one works heavily. It actually is going to waste most of the burnout time for Grand Totakai. This is a huge break.
Nice. Yeah, because remember, even while you're hitting opponents and making them block, you builds extra gauge back. Never mind, he died. So.
That was a real good way to play it from SolVNG. Like, he didn't get thirsty in the corner. He was like, oh, he's almost done with burnout. Let me commit to a drive impact. He just waited for the jump, anti-aired it, kept the corner control. That was the most important thing.
I was talking about all the good things Grand Totakai did, and he just died. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'll stop talking now.
Yeah, SolVNG played that round really well on top of everything else.
Burns himself out, and that, again, is a terrible situation to be in when you're going up against a JP.
Indeed, especially with 2 bars on deck, Grand Totakai, he could try to let that level 2 loose. But I think right now he wants to earn some hits first, put SolVNG down while still maintaining the bar.
Yeah, and there he goes. That has ended the burnout right there. He's back. Oh, and then immediately gets caught by the drive rush low. So here we go. What's the setup here? Oh, he doesn't go for anything fancy.
There's the level 2 setup off the target combo. Just jumps up, tried to get a throw bait, but instead will throw the parry.
And again, if you're fighting against JP, sometimes getting that punish throw, losing 2,000 lives is actually kind of better.
You show me green, I'll show you a modern super.
Oh, no, he was trying to, he did not expect the jump at all. Level 1 Grand Totakai. Match point.
And this guy JP builds a lot of meter, huh? He uses the level 2. I guess he had like an extra meter at that point already.
Yeah.
So using the level 1, but already built up a whole nother bar here for round 3. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah. Shades of Rolento there. You know? Oh, man.
And again, just establishing these projectiles. Oh, he's making SolVNG think about so much right there. He even caught the modern man hesitating. Oh, no more,
reaction,
though.
Good reaction.
Level 1,
level
keep
1.
him at bay. Oh, level 1 on the neutral jump, but
too far.
That's unfortunate.
And you know what? Even though you don't get the punish on that, you are happy that he spent that meter.
Oh, yeah, big time. Grand Totakai will be pleased with that one. He doesn't have to worry about him having a bar for a little bit longer.
There's that jump medium punch hit so far away. And now, yeah, you're just sitting there so worried about the portals. Oh, he should be able to finish off here. He's got the level 2. Doesn't even need anything. That was all it took right there. And Grand Totakai will be entering grand finals against Kusanagi in a run back.
That was clean, man. The drive rush overhead, that's really, I think, one of the biggest things about JP is the fact that he could set up the departure and then just walk at you or drive rush at you. The world is his oyster at that point, and you just have to be at his beck and whim. You really have to either pick your spot perfectly to try to reversal out of the pressure, disengage by jumping back, or you just got to deal with the mix-up, and right there, he got the overhead.
Oh, man. And again, JP just has the ability to just juggle you for days. It's brutal because, again, you know, the character that you're trying to get in on, he turns you around one time and then you can lose all this health.
That was such a big amnesia on the drive impact, man. Even burnt out like that, the fact that he still had something to thwart the pressure of SolVNG there. That's demoralizing too, man. You works very hard to get this burnout on JP. You're like, finally, I can impose my will, and he just stuffs it, and then you're back to full screen trying to get in again. It does not feel good at all.
Yeah, and then caught the overhead that time. And again, look at that damage on that. I was fully expecting me to spend some form of meter, but he actually didn't need it. But that's gonna put him in grand finals. But like you said, this is the long road here. You have to send Kusanagi to loser's bracket before you can eliminate him. So he has to win 2 sets of 3 out of 5 versus Kusanagi. Kusanagi, who is in prime position to qualify once again for Capcom Cup, and he's going to try to do it in the lore match again. It is Ken versus JP.
And we saw this in winners finals, right? These exact 2 same players playing this exact same matchup, and Kusanagi looks so prepared for everything that Grand Totakai was bringing out. He took it 3-0 in that winners finals, and it wasn't a close 3-0. Sometimes it is close. That one was rather convincing, so I want to see the type of adjustments Grand Totakai makes. Obviously, Totakai, again, got top 24 at EVO just a couple of weekends ago, so he is a very capable player of making these high-level adjustments, and now is the time to do so. Capcom Cup 10 berth on the line. Kusanagi versus Grand Totakai. Let's get it.
Yeah, for sure. Grand
Oh,
Totakai.
and he started the same exact way, right? The drive rush, crouch medium, kick into the drive cancel. That's what we saw, and then the plus frame fireball set up. Is this a replay? Are we not watching the exact same winners finals right now?
Kusanagi is coming out, firing on all cylinders.
Lord.
That's what you'd like to say, but it is definitely happening here because Ken also puts you on fire too, so it is an appropriate statement. And look at this challenging. He knows Grand Totakai loves that sequence. Button, fake ghost, drive rush, and Kusanagi's like, look, I've scoped that out. I've studied you. You cannot surprise me. I have you on lockdown.
Man, he baited himself. He was like, you're trying to bait me into a parry? Bait yourself, bro. Wow.
What?
The crouch medium punch hitting the fireball hurt box from that far was bonkers.
Uh-oh. Punish counter throw, 2,000 damage.
And you can see Kusanagi, he loves that empty jump. This time he tried to drive rush in, get stuffed again. Oh, but the DP teleport.
And I swear that started with him behind him.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how the DP went the right way.
Right?
That was, I don't know, yeah. I was confused about that one. The neutral jump button right there. He actually got a hit, but wasn't expecting it. Now just a walk-up jab counter hit. He is cooking. Level 3 as well. This is going to put Grand Totakai on life support.
And again, it's one of the powers Ken's have. One of the only characters that can go into a crouch light punch and end in a heavy punch to get bigger combos.
And again, Totakai just trying to drive rush out of the situation right there. But classic Ken pressure, the stand jab, the crouch medium kick. That nets him so many hits in this game, bro.
Yeah. So again, look at this. Kusanagi is almost looking like he just left off where, he's just going where he left off last time.
Looked
just
exactly like winners finals.
Right out of the gate. Grand Totakai, I mean, at this point, you just got to sit down and just be like, okay, what is happening here? What do I do against this guy? And really try to figure it out. But a lot of it is the fact that Kusanagi is just not giving him any room to breathe at all. He is rushing down in about as this is like the definition of rush that stuff down right 100%. Now, you know?
This is suffocating offense from Kusanagi, right?
He even jumps over the EX Ghost at perfect timing.
And then again, that's a frame kill setup as well. The OD fireball stuffing the amnesia right there. It beats throws, it beats strikes. It does not beat projectiles.
And look at this, 83 seconds left on the clock. Grand Totakai almost down.
Oh, yeah, no. You can't do that on Kusanagi. We saw a couple of players get away with that before. Kusanagi's not going to let you jump out for free on the meaty throw attempts.
80 seconds left on the clock right there. What a fast round. And yeah, Kusanagi is definitely trying to speed run through this one. But he went into the Jinrai, so he's going to be fine.
Yeah, it was funny. He went for the combo anyway, right? And then the Jinrai pressure is good even on block. So caught Grand Totakai slipping a little bit.
That was punish counter. That is actually a straight up punish counter.
With punish the stand medium kick attempt. But you see Kusanagi, he was expecting the jump. He was already feeling frisky on the ground. Baits out the parry for the punish counter throw. He is cooking on all cylinders right now. This is first round draft pick straight out the kitchen, Kusanagi, bro.
Oh, no. Is this going to kill?
Oh, indeed it does. And a 2-0 lead in what feels like 30 seconds total that the set's been going on.
Oh, my. Yeah, this is, I mean, look, Grand Totakai, this is one of those mentally really difficult places to be right now because you're just like, I can't even touch him right now. Like, what am I even supposed to do? So if you are Kusanagi right now, like you're the shark right now. You smell blood. You go in for the kill at this point.
Bro. You keep showing him different things. You keep messing his mind up. That's what the objective is right now. And he's got a 2-0 lead. And, if you're Kusanagi, you just got to make sure you don't get too reckless, right?
Yeah.
Like, you want to go with different looks, but that are still stable to your game plan.
Try stealing a couple of turns with an EXD or an ODDP just to be like, be like -2 and then just do it. And if you can do that and it works, then you're just, the opponent's like,
That's closing the casket at that point for sure. That is mental damage that is not going to be able to be come back from in an instance like this. But right now, I like this from Grand Totakai, right? You got to take some time, bro. Get a breather going. He's running amok. He's doing whatever he wants. He's bringing that chaotic pace to the set. That's not what JP's trying to play with, right? He's trying to stable it out.
He's definitely on Discord right now, just being like, hey, guys, any ideas right now?
They're all like channel cockaroo, bro. So you just got to perfect parry everything.
Yeah,
that's all you can do at this point.
Just perfect parry everything. It's easy. It's so simple. Come on,
like
dude.
that's in the post game interview at Gamers A. What Kakaru said was, "Bro, I tried a bunch of different things and they didn't work. Perfect parry was the only thing that was working for me, right? So I mean, this is kind of where Totakai has found himself. A lot of the answers that he's going with, they are getting thwarted. So right now, maybe the perfect parries are gonna have to come out. I mean, it's obviously way easier said than done. Like consistently getting that 2-frame timing on all these different options that Ken is gonna be throwing at you. I mean, that's why we celebrated Kakaru's performance so much.
And you know what? What's going to happen? He's going to be like, I'll try to perfect parry everything. And then Kusanagi's going to go for like 5 throw loops.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And you're just going to be like, you know what? All right. Good on you. GG, shake my hand, you know?
And we've already seen that from Kusanagi, right? Going with the drive rush early jab to bait out the parry, get the punish counter throw. Like, he's a step ahead. He's making every right decision.
Here we go. Does Grand Totakai have anything left in the tank at this point? Does he have any adjustments or new looks to throw at Kusanagi? Kusanagi right back into the offense as we've seen a million times.
Oh, even after the Jin right there, he was trying to see if he was going to press a button on the negative frames, put his own parry up.
All right, no anti-air. See, he is
He's
so
messing him up, man.
he's focused on so many things. He doesn't even have the crouch heavy punch ready to go. Here we go. Press the button. Got frame trapped.
Oh, unfortunate right now. Kusanagi, again, going with that meaty stand. Heavy punch setup as well. Oh, okay. He's found that one perfect parry is here. You got 31 more to go, fam.
Yep, exactly.
Oh.
And that'll get you the comeback. I mean, if you get 31 more and it doesn't...
Oh, the error code you saw in real time. Our faces. We are making the exact same ones everyone at home is making. That was unfortunate.
The game was like, no. Look, we're going to spare you, Grand Totakai. He got the jump in on you. Like, no. I mean, this is...
Cut the tape.
Exactly. I mean, if we let that match keep going, this stream would have to be, 18 and up.
Exactly, yeah.
The violence was just too much.
It's like the Murdiza combos where you see punish counter and then you just cut to the body. Yeah, we didn't need to see the violence, bro.
See the jump heavy punch. You win. Yeah, Ken wins. Exactly.
That was a parental advisory for explicit content right there for sure. So
I'm sure we'll figure out what's going on. I'm sure the guys in production right now are going to figure out what's going on. Probably try to bring up the replay. Hopefully it was just a view thing again.
I'm assuming so.
We're having the hurricanes going on over here. So,
Well, Hillary.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully it was just a spectator thing, but hopefully we can get that replay back up for you guys. I think we just got started in this, right?
Yeah.
Basically, Kusanagi got a nice jump in on Grand Totakai. So we'll get there in just a second.
There we go. So, this is the beginning of the match, right? Grand Totakai searching for some answers. Kusanagi, though, has just been so consistent with stuffing a lot of what he wants to do. Yeah, that's where he was looking for the parry attempts again, right?
We're going to get the perfect parry off of the backdash into the Dragon Lash in the corner.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The essence of Kakaru.
Yeah, here we go. Essence of Kakaru.
Right. Oh. No, not quite yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Gets the full combo first. Kusanagi, of course, rocking and rolling in this instance. Wants to test what the Totokai's doing. There's the perfect parry we were talking about.
Yeah, and he has the side switch here, but then he just gets the raw jump in.
Oh, yeah, and drive rush out with that crouch jab, just committing to it so early. Tried to bait that out there. And from that distance, right, really recognizing the fact that stand fierce doesn't whiff often from JP, but Kusanagi knew the distance. Again, like, he seems very much nuanced in this matchup now.
Yeah, and so here we go. Oh, he did it again, dude.
Bruh.
He just doesn't care. He just doesn't care.
There it is again. He's got to learn that reversal is off the table, fam.
Yeah, you might as well just pretend it's not there when he has those kind of... Oh, no. He just built the level 3. That is it. Kusanagi 6-0, 3-0 in winners finals, 3-0 here in grand finals over Grand Totakai. And like I said, by the time we got to this game here, I think Grand Totakai, I mean, again, I'm not saying he's, not mentally strong, but, those kind of matches, those 5 matches that you went through, it's a tough one.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I would have just been like, nah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, for
Congratulations, dude.
Again, that's another reason we celebrated the Kakaru victory at Gamers A is because he had lost 5 straight games before he made his comeback and reached his finals to grand finals, right? So, yeah.
Not only that, but also the 2 most brutal losses ever at Evo to make that comeback is crazy.
My man Kusanagi, what a performance here. This is how you respond as a champion. Like I said, lost the tournament at Smash Factors to this character. Now comes in. This is the big one. This is to qualify for Capcom Cup. I'm going to make sure I'm prepared for the matchup I was weak in. And what preparedness did he have, right? getting a 6-0 on one of the top JPs. This fella made top 24 at EVO, and he was out here having his way with them. That's exactly what you need to do if you want to be on this level.
Oh, and there we go. The full OD Jinrai combo gives him the win, and Kusanagi is going to qualify once again. And like I said, this is a lot of growth for Kusanagi, who did start with a lot of second places in these online CPTs over the past few years. I want to say that he's had these second place finishes, and now last year I believe was the first time he won one of the online CPTs. I'll have to double check that one, but coming right back here and just basically sending a message. I mean, look at 3-0 over Roger.
Yeah.
3-0, 3-0. I mean,
True didn't lose a game in top 8. That's a great point to bring up as well. Yeah, man. Impressive showing from Kusanagi. He is a professional out of Mexico, and that's exactly how he handled this, bro. Clinical stuff in top 8 and top 16. Not dropping a game here in our bracket. Beautiful, beautiful performance, to say the least.
Yeah, exactly. And so he is qualifying out here from Central West. But remember, so many CPTs are still happening. That was only our second one for Street Fighter 6. We got a lot more to go. Coming up next is actually going to be US Canada West. Registrations closing very, very soon. In fact, you better get on there right now because the registration closing literally tomorrow. So get in on that to make sure you have a chance to build up, to win this one, and also get to the finals so you can try to win that $1 million. And again, if you want to find a funner way to win by seeing the world, you can also head to this 2 CPT offline events, one happening in Singapore, one happening in France. You can see the dates on your screen right now, October 20th to 22nd for Singapore, November 3rd through 5th for the France tournament as well. Check CapcomProTour.com for more information how to sign up and register for these events.
Indeed. So let me see that schedule for the premieres that we got coming up right now. Again, you mentioned the US Canada West one happening next weekend, indeed, in just a short period of time. After that, the South America West gets handled, and following that will be Asia East. So star-studded competition around the globe. We're birthing people into Capcom Cup, and you're going to want to see all the different brands of Street Fighter 6 that these different regions are bringing. Yeah. That's one of the beautiful things about this kind of global perspective that the Capcom Pro Tour has been approaching the games with. So it's going to be a really, really sick couple of tournaments coming up, and it just throughout Capcom Pro Tour Online's lifespan. But of course, if you do not make it in through the online premieres or the offline premieres, you still have a chance via the World Warrior system. We got 26 different regions, 26 regional champions, all locally streamed by streamers and community members in that region. Yeah. It is a beautiful way to kind of go about growing the FGC and getting to know these regions on a more nuanced level. So big ups to everybody that's been holding it down so far. I can't wait to continue to tune in throughout the World Warrior events. A lot of them just got kick-started. We saw Canada West, we saw Middle East, Japan, East Coast, all types of ones have just begun, and the action is only going to get more fire.
Exactly. So again, check out those World Warriors. So many different ways to try to qualify, but not even just qualify. Even if you don't think you can qualify, it's just fun to play in these events.
Absolutely.
Get to know other people and actually just grow stronger as well, because playing in tournaments, it can be a stressful situation, but you feel alive, man. It is so much fun to play in. But that, I believe, will do it for the Central America West. Again, Kusanagi just exerting absolute dominance here for this event. I mean, it's hard to say, that someone deserves it more than him right now. He's been playing fighting games for such a long time, such a strong player. Really happy to see him here succeed in this event. So again, he is now our third qualifier after Angry Bird from EVO and Travis Styles from Oceania. Promise I won't do this every broadcast because I will not be able to remember all the names.
We got to take advantage of it early while we remember, though, for sure. Yeah.
So that'll be all it from us here. Any final thoughts on this event here?
Nah, man. It was great to be back in the studio. Great to be calling some CPT action as per usual, my man. Yeah, I love the backdrop and the set for this season, man. I'm just looking forward to the rest of the Street Fighter 6 that we got on deck. So thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, be good to yourselves and be good to each other. See you soon.